escaloneta ya llegó. Martínez, Molina, Romero, Senesi, Taliafico, McAllister, Paredes, Fernández, Álvarez, González, repiten los rangos, el rey ya llegó. Messi, es Argentina, es Argentina. Ooh, I'm gonna be annoying the fuck out of my chat tonight with this. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Vamos, carajo. Aguanta Argentina. Woo! That was a fucking close one, man. Let me fucking tell you, very close. Too close for comfort, some might say, quite frankly. Whoo! Shit. What a game. What a game. What a game. To be perfectly honest, what a game. Wow. Oh my God. Woo! Oh, I would actually really like to have this like song somewhere where I could just play it at any time. But unfortunately, it's way too long for the soundboard. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. There'd be something I'd like to do something with it. I'd like to keep it available for whenever I'd like to use it, but it might be too long to have just ready to go anytime. Woo! Man, that was a fucking nail biter, dude. That was a fucking nail biter. That doesn't make me feel good about the rest of the tournament, but you never know, man. Cape Verde, like, came out of fucking nowhere. Oh, shit. What a game. What a fucking game, man. Good Lord. Good Lord. Oh. All right, what's going on today? We got fun stuff to do for Friday. When you all start getting in here. Who's on right now? Is Tiny live? IRI is live. Let's pop Wait chat out. What's he watching? Let's see. Let's take a look. Come on. Can I not just like adjust the fucking volume, please? Like just the volume?
This is about.
Okay.
I think that's a really, really dangerous thing. I also think that
what
part
up?
of what has made us
Welcome.
great
Hello.
is our ability to share and to welcome people under duress. You think about what the Statue of Liberty symbolizes. You think about Ellis Island. You think about the circumstances under which so many people, the Irish, Italians, folks came to America because it was a haven for them, and they built, and they worked, and they toiled. And
I
they
was scared we were done for.
That's the story of this place. They want to end that story. Oh, fucking well. I believe that story is ongoing. Right? We're about to celebrate 250 years. The question for us is, what's the next 250? Are we not a place where we believe in the capacity of our magnificent ideals
250th birthday
to bring us together, to be something greater? E pluribus
That'll
unum.
be a thing.
I think people like J.D. Vance, people like Stephen Miller, people like Donald Trump don't understand what America was at her core. And what's ironic about J.D. Vance is he knows it. Think about his own family.
Man.
There is a clear hypocrisy in what he says and how he lives
I was so nervous.
that I think really needs to be drawn up. If America is not a place that can bring people from different backgrounds together, then what are you even doing?
All right, who's here? Who's in chat? Say
I'm
what's
not
up.
sure what he meant by people coming here under duress. That
All right. We'll come back to you, IRI. I just need this again. Well, no, not yet. Not yet. I'm going to save it for when peeps are in chat and talking shit. And I'm excited to try this new fucking improvised debate thing. I think that's a super cool idea, and I don't think anybody's done that. It's very unique. It's a unique idea. Unique New York. Let's see. What else we got going on? Let's take a look at what's going on in the world. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at this.
After days of anemic attendance at Trump's Great American State Fair, this is the new issue that he's now being forced to contend with.
Attention fairgoers, the event has been postponed. We will reopen at 5 p.m. Please refer to Freedom 250 social media for updates. Please proceed to the nearest exit.
Just when they managed to get a few warm-blooded bodies to actually show up, now the fair is being postponed. But while that is actually a responsible move, contrast that with what Trump proposed just days ago.
On July 4th, it's going to be approximately 107 degrees out. And I'm going to go and I'm going to make a really long speech.
I'm going to make a really long
just to
speech.
show that I can do anything.
He's going to get heat stroke.
It's going to be 107.
Now, Trump knew that it was going to be hot. He himself acknowledged as much. But it really is telling that whether he's being tongue-in-cheek or not...
I like what Brian's been doing with his hair lately. I know this isn't related to politics, but he's like let it grow out and be a little more... It feels a little more fun. He's got the longer beard going. I like it. It's a good look for him. It's a good look for him.
His gut reaction to sweltering temperatures is to say that he's going to hold people hostage so they can hear him say the same thing he said at 1,000 other rallies and appearances. So now... people can get heat stroke listening to Trump complain about the water pressure in showers and light bulbs not being bright enough or whatever it is he finds so offensive about light bulbs. And look, while Trump, of course, can't control the temperature in D.C., he could make sure that there was AC in the indoor facilities at the fair. And yet...
Megan, you were just over
Taylor
in the
Swift
medical
and
tent
Travis
being treated.
Kelce
Tell us
getting
about how
married.
you're feeling.
Now I'm fine, but previously, none of these booths have air conditioning. We don't know what happened, but I started seeing stars.
Oh, really?
And we went to the tent. There's a religious tent because that's the theme for today.
Yes.
And they had a pool. They're baptizing people. Thank God they had the pool. They said, "Do you want to get in?" I go, "Yes, I think I do."
I think I want to be baptized.
I'm soaking wet. But I went to the medic tent. They took care of me. I still got one of these towels. They filled me with electrolytes, but good
Nice folks in there for sure.
Oh, they're wonderful.
They are
absolutely excellent.
So yeah, not exactly taking into account the human beings at this fair. Just a quick note here to say that if you appreciate my work, which is and always will be 100% free, must find an LA on the screen and again, I think meets this moment. Into the event is money that doesn't go into someone's pocket. And when you consider who's putting this event together, suddenly it begins to make sense.
Now, the reason I'm telling you this is not just to make fun of Donald Trump. The reason I'm telling you about it is because Donald Trump's celebration of America's 200...
I really like Jen Psaki. I thought she was a really good press secretary. She's sharp. She knows her shit. I thought she was really good.
150th birthday is, in many ways, a reflection of the Trump administration itself, a bizarre two-bit right-wing circus that is deeply unpopular with the American people. And just like the Trump administration itself, this event is also rife with corruption. Now, in order to put on this celebration, Trump is using $68 million of taxpayer money. At least some of that money is being paid to a company called Event Strategies Incorporated. It's run by a group of Trump allies, and it's the same company responsible for organizing Trump's Ellipse rally on January 6th. We've talked about them before. We don't know how responsible they are for the $68 million of your tax dollars going towards this event, but so far, that money has paid for a janky Ferris wheel plagued by power outages.
I mean, I will say for like the 250th anniversary, you're gonna want to like go hard and spend a lot of money. But if like this is what we're ending up with here, like a shitty Ferris wheel and just like kind of shops, like a bunch of shops. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Tents with chairs in them, a Temu version of Trump's planned arch, which appears to be falling apart and seems like
arch.
it's being held
He did
together
a
with a
little mini
slapdash
arch.
sealant job.
That's so goofy.
And of course, some bizarre
It's so
entertainment, half of which seems to just be Trump officials sitting on stage, basically filling the time. So how much of that $68 million actually went to the state fair, and how much to Event Strategies Incorporated did they get to keep for themselves? Well, we don't actually know right now. The New York Times reached out to Event Strategies Incorporated, who declined to tell them how much money they are being paid. They later said the firm was making a profit of 3.5% on that payment. Wish we could see what that meant. And the Trump-backed organization running the event declined to say how much the events thus far have actually been to put on in total. But it actually gets worse, because that $68 million in taxpayer money is not the only money going to this event. Trump's organization also solicited donations to help pay for this half-assed celebration. And a new report released today by Congressman Jared Huffman alleges that some of those donors were misled about where their money was actually going.
And this is a recurring theme, that Trump takes care of his pals regardless of whether those pals can actually do the work. You might remember another Trump pal named John Cafaro.
Now we've found out about another no-bid contract to another firm. This one, according to the New York Times, is tied to one of Donald Trump's neighbors. Green Water Services was paid $1.7 million to install a water purification system earlier this spring. Funny name. The firm is tied to a man named John J. Carafo. He lives down the road from Mar-a-Lago and was once involved in a very public scandal in the early 2000s when he pleaded guilty to conspiracy to bribe a member of Congress. He didn't respond to the New York Times request for comment this time around, nor did his firm. When it comes to Donald Trump, he's spent his money above board, technically speaking, Carafo has, in donations to Trump causes and campaigns dating back at least 10 years, earning him praise from the president, who's called him a, quote, fantastic man, and just maybe a lucrative contract for a job not so well done, maybe?
You see, these renovations might offer up a pretext for Trump to pretend that he's beautifying Washington, D.C., but in reality, he gets to help out his friends who have supported him by heaping taxpayer dollars, our money, onto them in exchange for services that may or may not actually be done correctly. But that's beside the point, because it's not about the work they do, it's about the money they make. When Donald Trump is involved in anything, there is always a grift. That's why the contracts are always no bid, because if qualifications were the driver, they wouldn't get the job. But qualifications are never the driver. They are never in the MAGA GOP. It is only about allegiance to one. Who fucking
told them that it was like a good idea to dump what fucking... I don't remember what it was. Some fucking chemical that stripped the paint. The brand new American flag blue paint.
And so I'm sure that tonight a bunch of Trump loyalists will re-enter the shoddy Great American State Fair to walk around substandard displays and booths and eat overpriced food. But I hope those people realize that this event isn't for them. This is a financial transaction paid to reward Trump's pals for their fealty to the God King. And we are the ones paying.
The God King, the God Emperor of Doom. The human sandworm hybrid God Emperor of Doom, Donald Trump.
On July 4th.
They're worried about the crowd. Oh, we kind of saw this clip already, but let's see what CNN
It's going to be approximately 107 degrees out.
Oh, it's very hot.
And I'm going to go and I'm going to make a really long speech. Just to show that
very
I can
hot,
do anything.
Very hot indeed.
It's going to be 107.
That was President Trump previewing, maybe warning about this weekend's 4th of July rally that is set for the National Mall. It's an event that he has publicly promised will be the most unforgettable birthday party ever seen. Privately, sources tell CNN that inside the White House, there is some anxiety about this event that it could end up being a dud. There's tightened security measures for the mall. There's triple-digit heat that it's expected, as the president mentioned. And also,
man, I wish I was in DC right now. That'd be like a great place to launch my on-the-street interview stuff. I was looking hard for like MAGA rallies around here in LA, but like there isn't one for July 4th. There's probably like MAGA gatherings and shit, but rallies, I don't think so. I want to find them and I want to like dive on in and just fucking ask a bunch of questions and let people make fools of themselves. I really want to find like some of these conspiracy people, because every time I've been watching like The Good Liars, I've been seeing some of these conspiracy folks, and man, oh man, is that shit fucking funny.
On extremely late into Saturday night. Some officials are worried about repeating that lackluster showing at President Trump's rally last week, where he kicked off what he is describing as the Great American State Fair.
The Great American State Fair.
Of course, for a president who is often fixated on
State
crowd
Fair.
sizes, he was frustrated by the low turnout last week. My political sources are here tonight, including senior advisor to Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign, Karen Finney, and former Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger.
Oh, Kinzinger.
Congressman, obviously, you know,
interesting.
Looking at the celebrations for America's 250 and what was expected and what has happened, I think there are questions about what Saturday is going to look like in Washington. What's your expectation?
I bet if it's a small crowd, we're gonna, Trump's gonna do a speech and he's gonna be like, the biggest crowd for the 4th of July you've ever seen. And then we're gonna see like the pictures from like non-MAGA people who were there, and it's gonna be like really small.
Yeah, I mean,
just like Trump.
One big point that was not there in the lead up is that this initially, America 250 was a bipartisan organization that I voted for in 2016 to form, and every other Republican and Democrat did. That was a nonpartisan organization meant to celebrate the 250th birthday. When Trump took over,
my dad was going to be participating in like this whole thing, and then when Trump took over, like, he kind of ended up not.
Created Freedom 250, and a competing organization where donors aren't disclosed. There's many corporate donors that are trying to get into favor with the president, and he has clearly made this all about him. And when you make it all about you and you have about a 30% approval rating in the country, it's not going to surprise anybody when no one shows up to your celebration. And it's sad, Caitlin, because I grew up, I was born in 78, and I remember seeing all the quarters from 1976, the bicentennial, and thinking like how cool it's going to be on the 250th anniversary. And here we are. It's a celebration of Trump now.
Karen, I mean, the president and his allies have taken over the event and the planning of them. When it comes to crowd expectation, though, I mean, we're told that the aerial image of the crowds from his rally last week enraged him so much that officials ended up deleting them.
Oh, no.
What do you make of how he's responding to this so far?
What a pussy.
Well, it's pretty typical, and yet in all the ways. And frankly, this is a metaphor for so much of what has happened with his presidency and with this country. I mean, think about this. The amount of money raised and spent on this event. Think about what you could do. I think about the reports that came out about kids who are being kicked off. People who are seeing their health care benefits, being their costs going up and their benefits being reduced. And yet we're hearing this president has made billions of dollars in his own pocket. And now this performative event on the mall that's supposed to be all about him. And what is it? There's coins with his face on it.
It's so weird, dude.
All kinds of things with his face on it.
Why? Why are you doing this?
And certainly not.
This is supposed to be about fucking America.
Degree weather. I think it's pretty safe to say that.
Get the fuck out of here.
There will be plenty more people, lots of other places than there will be on the mall. I think more people are trying to actually get out of Washington this weekend than are actually coming to Washington this weekend.
I mean, part of this is just the heat, period. I mean, regardless of what's going on, the weather team here at CNN says that the forecast, 102 degrees on Saturday, is expected to be the hottest July 4th ever recorded. I mean, there's a list of what people can't even bring because of the tightest security measures. Reusable water bottles, sunscreen, bug spray, camping chairs, coolers, umbrellas.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a family and you're going out to watch fireworks that aren't expected to start until after the president has spoken, it might make it tough to hang out for hours on end, Adam.
Yeah, and I think, look, maybe God's sending a message. I don't know. I can't speak for God, but yeah, I mean, look, I think that's clear. And again, nobody would care. I don't remember any time in the past people talking about the turnout for the July 4th fireworks on the Capitol, except that Donald Trump himself has made this a referendum on him. It's always about crowd size. He said, after all the people canceled, that this will be a celebration. I think he recently even said that the greatest president, your favorite president, is going to speak at this. So he himself inserts himself into this, and so the turnout, even if it's weather related, at that point, he basically has taken ownership of the turnout. But again, just the sad thing here is we're in the 250th anniversary of this country. And it's been driven by division, and I'm sure each side will blame the other side, but clearly Donald Trump has pulled away from this idea of America 250, and Freedom 250 is his organization. It's all about him, and he has a 30% approval rating. So that's what's going to happen.
Can I just mention one thing about the heat? I was part of a march about voting rights in Montgomery, Alabama. And let me tell you what, it felt like it was 100 degrees. We had 5,000 people come out in the heat to make their voices heard for voting rights. So it's, yes, it's hot, but people will come out in the heat for something that they care about and something that they believe in. And I think, the congressman is exactly right. I imagine when you voted for America 250, you thought it was going to be a celebration of this country and the progress that we've made. And sure, we've got more work to do, but all of the things that make this country great.
What a fucking shame that the 250th anniversary of the United States fell under Donald Trump's presidency. What a fucking shame.
Instead of aggrandizing one man, and celebrating him when the power's not even, apparently the power went out today. Oof. And it was so hot that, some of the displays were melting. I mean, that's what I mean by it's a metaphor.
That's some goofy shit.
It was poorly planned and poorly executed and cost a lot more money than they probably expected.
If you look at Martin Luther King, when he did his speech, his great speech, and you look at ours, same real estate, same everything. We actually had more people.
I love Butler, Pennsylvania, but it was amazing, and we had a tremendous crowd, like 55, 60,000 people.
Good to see you, buddy.
A big crowd, Paul. Don't get nervous.
Nobody's ever gotten crowds like I get at rally. I had 118,000 people at one. I have 25,000. 25,000 is like a small crowd.
Look, this is, it's a big birthday for the president or for the country.
Yeah, you said it right the first time. There you go.
But there's a reason. There's a slip there, right?
Tossez-moi.
And I mean, I don't recall any other.
For $17.76.
Earlier this week, we were talking about Gerald Ford and the way he handled the latest or the bicentennial quite differently than it's usually handled.
I mean, imagine how cool it would be if Donald Trump had invited all the living presidents to come and do something, or said he was going to play video greetings from all the living presidents as he spoke. That would be a different thing, right? But it's not, because it is about him. It is about his birthday, right? This is just a continuation of the celebration of him. And the timing couldn't be worse, given
I'm
the heat.
going to see if I can get there.
Yeah, Jonah said fireworks starting at 11 p.m. We hope.
Right.
It's after he speaks.
Right.
He doesn't
If he
really
finishes on
stick
time.
to script.
Yeah.
So I think it is such a missed opportunity for the President of the United States to actually have at least one huge unifying night in America, but that's never been his.
Do you know what? Do you know what though?
You don't like to unify.
I'm going to be a little contrarian and just say, America 250. This where we at. I mean, this is precisely where we're at. We're a divided country with a president who wants to go on television and, not say the truth about his crowd sizes and basically exclude a whole bunch of people. This is the reality of where we're at.
But there's another place we're at, and I think it's worth pointing out. You look at the reaction to the World Cup celebration, where it's I think one of the reasons a lot of Americans love the European reaction to how much they like America is because it's not about our politics. It's about stuff close to the ground. It's like, we actually
ranch
are.
Dressing. Ranch dressing.
Ranch dressing and Buc-ee's. I mean, we're actually a pretty cool country.
And the celebration of America 250 is happening. all over the country, right? The number of community
Yeah,
events.
there's gonna be some wild shit.
I've
that's for
noticed
sure.
something changing lately.
What is it, David?
For the last several months, the message from the White
There's some
House and
smaller
from
LA
MAGA
events, too,
world
besides
has
the big one at the
basically been the
Coliseum.
same.
Okay.
The economy's awesome.
What else did
Everything's
you find?
amazing. Negotiations are incredible to end this war. The crowds are incredible. America has never been stronger. It's never been more affordable. It's never been more economically powerful. They've been projecting complete and total confidence. But every once in a while, they, I think, accidentally reveal what they're really worried about. Check out this video of Stephen Miller, who said if Democrats regain power, it's game over. Game over is the phrase he uses.
And one more point on this, Laura. This is existential for this country. You've covered more than anybody. When the Democrats, should the Democrats regain power, it's game over. 12 more justices on SCOTUS, 2 new Democrat states. They're going to get rid of the Second Amendment. They're going to get rid of our borders. They're going to get rid of our police. They're going to get rid of ICE, Border Patrol, DHS, and they're going to elect communists, like actual communists, Laura, not even socialists, communists, who will wreck this country.
Now, there are not even any communists prominent in the Democratic Party. That part is
Well, I'll
very
see what I can
stupid. But
find.
some of that stuff is interesting. We're
'Cause,
going
yeah,
to
the
get 2
Coliseum
more
one is probably
states
gonna
so
be a
that they will have
clusterfuck, and
representation
I'm still
as they
taking care of
realistically
Dad, so
should.
if there
The
is
packing
something
the
closer
court
to me that's
idea. I
smaller,
mean, I
that'd
don't
be
even know that really
better.
Democrats are that into that idea, and there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons to do it, and a lot of reasons not to do it. But the point here is that Stephen Miller is kind of raising the alarm as to if Democrats gain power, things are going to change. MAGA Mike Johnson
Small
said
church
if
in El
Republicans
Segundo.
lose the midterms, all of a sudden there will be investigations. Forget about impeachment. It's going to be much worse than just impeachment. Here is the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
If we were to lose the midterms, heaven forbid, these Democrats, y'all, impeachment's not even the big concern. They will turn every committee of Congress into an investigative body, and they'll go after the president's family, the cabinet, his donors, and
Coliseum's
friends.
probably best
Half
bet
of
for
you in
now.
this room will be
It's just
targeted.
the timing is kind of shitty.
I
for
run
me
the
right
protect-
now because I need to be somewhat close to home while Dad's recovering. But let me see. I mean, I'm gonna see if I can. They got Queen Latifah. Huh. That's a big get. That's a pretty big get. Good for them.
Election program. I'll take care of you. Okay, we're gonna win. We're gonna win the midterm. Okay.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
They'll investigate Trump. They'll investigate his cabinet. They'll investigate his donors. They'll investigate his friends. They'll investigate everybody. And I have to
We're
say,
gonna
it sounds
everybody,
kinda good for the
everybody
most part.
out there.
It sounds like they're describing something that they are genuinely afraid could happen. Before I forget, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that. American people, think about the implication here. If everything is going as perfectly as they claim, like if the American people really are thrilled with the incredible leadership of Donald Trump, if Trump's delivering what voters wanted, why are people like Stephen Miller and MAGA Mike Johnson
trying
spending
to,
so
like,
much time warning everybody
and like,
about what happens if
and like
Republicans
try
lose?
to
And the
calm
answer
the
is very
Republican
simple.
base, which would be dumb if you were like if I were you. Don't be like, don't worry, we're gonna win the midterm. Don't worry, we're gonna win the midterm. If I were in their position, I'd be like, yo, all of you really need to get the fuck out and vote because we could lose the midterm. Like, scare your base into going out and voting. Don't make them complacent. These people, how do these people keep beating us? They're stupid.
They know losing is a real possibility. And I think there's something even more revealing here. Listen to what they're not worried about. They're not saying, you know, if Democrats win, they're going to pass better health care. If Democrats win, they're going to improve education, or they might lower middle class taxes. They're talking about the things that affect them. Investigations into what they've done. Accountability for what
That's a
they've
good
done.
catch, David.
Oversight over what they've done.
Very good
They're
catch.
being kept up at night by the possibility
They
of
gonna get in
accountability.
trouble.
And Mike Johnson isn't warning, you know, Democrats might be making better arguments about policy. He's warning they're going to have subpoena power. And that is a tell.
Hell yeah,
Congressional
they will.
investigations are one of the
Fuck
primary
yeah, they
constitutional
will.
responsibilities of Congress. When one party controls the White House, the House, and Senate, as Republicans do right now, oversight diminishes. When the opposition wins control of even a single chamber, at least you can do hearings and document requests and subpoenas and get people to testify under oath. That is not a radical new invention. In fact, that's how the system is designed. When we talk, you know, sometimes about impeachment, and a lot of people go to the political calculation. Could it work? This, that, the other thing. Impeachment is a congressional responsibility. If you see impeachable actions,
You must impeach.
You must impeach.
Yeah, but
and
that's
if
not.
Democrats
it's not,
win the House,
David, you poor, naive, sweet summer child. Impeachment is a political tool nowadays. Okay, it's for politics.
as I expect them to do in November, I also expect that there would be investigations. Why wouldn't they be? Republicans spent years investigating. I mean,
Years.
look at the list.
Many
There were the Hillary
years.
Clinton Benghazi hearings. They investigated Hunter Biden.
And they got
investigated
nothing.
the Biden
Nothing.
administration. They launched one
Fucking
inquiry after another.
nothing.
Sometimes with, I guess,
And
some
they
evidence.
they
certainly
still
did-
talk about them to this day as though they got so much. They got nothing out of those.
Didn't think congressional oversight was inappropriate then. So yeah, if Democrats regain subpoena power and decide, hey, we believe there is evidence pointing to we should investigate the Trump administration, that is called politics, but it is also called checks and balances. And the ironic part is that Stephen Miller and Mike Johnson are accidentally making one of the strongest arguments for why elections matter. Hey, supporters, political power isn't permanent. What is in the majority today might be in the minority tomorrow. And the part that I sort of find the funniest of all of it is that after years of insisting, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear, they sound really afraid about investigations. I don't know who will win the midterms. We have a ways to go. The House is looking pretty good. The Senate's looking kind of okay. But I do know that when the people running government spend this much time warning their supporters, do you know what's going to happen to us if we lose? They started imagining that possibility themselves. And if we look at these clips, they don't like what it means. There are a lot of very good reasons to boot
You should be
these
shaking in
Republicans
your
out
fucking
in November.
boots.
And one of those reasons is judging them by their own standards and the promises they made. They failed to deliver on all of it. But giving people investigative power to look at the facts of what's happened and determine whether subpoenas are appropriate, whether special counsel is appropriate, whatever, that is a really good reason to vote these people out in November, and I hope that we do it. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video, and if you like our content, make sure to subscribe.
All right. What's this one? The smiles completely disappeared. This should be a
Remember
little bit
the
of fun
economic
slop.
promises?
Some
The
political
economy is
slop,
going to
just a little bit, you
explode
know,
the second
just to
Donald
feel
Trump gets back
good.
into office, and
That sort of thing.
manufacturing is going to boom, and hiring is going to soar, and America will proudly enter a golden age.
Well, not that good.
Reality keeps getting in the way of that, and the June jobs report came in weaker than economists expected, and it just so happened that Maria Bartiromo and her friends were on the air live.
Yeah, June
when
was
the
a weak month in
underwhelming June
general.
jobs report came
Let
in.
me tell you,
And Maria
not
goes,
a great
I'm a little
month.
disappointed, frankly. A
One
little
of the
bit disappointed.
worst
We got the
months.
number. Show Kashoni on it. Right to you, Cheryl.
We came in underneath expectations. We came in at 50,000
Uh-oh.
non-farm jobs. The street was looking for 110,000.
Oh no!
So half the jobs that were expected. Yikes.
The unemployment rate fell to 4.2%, down from 4.3%, which it had been holding steady at for about 3 months. Looking at a few of the numbers, just to give you a sense here, again, that 57,000 number is for non-farm. Average hourly earnings up 3.5% year over year. June government jobs coming in at 8,000. Remember, we don't get an estimate from that going into this report. Again, those factory jobs, manufacturing jobs, 3,000. And then looking back at a couple of other things here, the underemployment rate, the U6 rate, 7.9%. And then we're also looking at let's see here, payrolls. Yeah, payroll revisions. I got to give you this
Nasty
revision.
numbers.
May payrolls has just been revised to 129,000. April just got revised to 148,000. Private sector jobs, that came in at 49,000. The street was looking for 110,000. So again, let me.
Guys, I don't want to overstate. These are disastrous numbers. Half of what was expected in just about every category is what happened in June.
What the government is talking
But
about.
like
exactly
the numbers
where
have
these
been like this mostly like over the last, since he came into office, like with a couple months of exceptions, they have just been abysmal.
changes occurred within this report, Marie, and then I will send it back to you in the panel for full reaction. But what they're saying here is that
so
basically
bad.
We saw trending up employment stories in professional and business services, social assistance, healthcare, leisure, and leisure and hospitality lost jobs. So we saw an increase in healthcare, increase in social assistance, increase in professional
And that's the
business
thing
services.
is like
but we saw a
most
fall.
of the job gains we've seen too, I'm pretty sure have been like in healthcare, which I don't remember why, but it's like not that big of a deal for jobs. I have to look into that again, but I remember reading somewhere or hearing somewhere that when it's like all healthcare jobs, that's like not really what you want to see. You want to see more variety. That's what it is. You want to see like more variety across like different sort of job sectors.
In leisure and hospitality. That is the kind of the top line there. Labor force participation rate, that actually fell by 0.3% to 61.
They love that as a metric.
5%, and that's something that Mohammed El-Arian was talking about. It was at 61.8%, Maria. So again, different story than the other reports that we got, frankly, for March and for April and for the month of May. But again, lower numbers, and there's the market for you on your screen, Maria.
Well, look at this market reaction. We are at the highs of the morning right now after these job numbers. The Dow Industrial's up 152. The NASDAQ up 134. This feels like a Goldilocks story once again, Steve Moore.
Well, right, just so disappointing numbers, but don't worry, it's Maria. And within moments of acknowledging that everything came in half of expectations, she pivots right back into propaganda.
Yeah.
And she goes, Trump's been calling this the golden age. It certainly feels that
Listen,
way.
we need this to be spun positively.
Everything's amazing now all of a sudden? You've got North Korean anchors taking notes and going, damn, I guess this is how we're supposed to do it.
Trump has been calling it the golden age, and I got to tell you, it certainly is feeling that way.
Oh my God,
Once
dude.
again, we've got strong economic growth, we've got a strong earnings period, and a market that just won't quit. When you look at your own portfolio, what you're telling
this is exactly what lost the Democrats the last election, is this sort of thing. Americans' pockets are getting tighter. Jobs aren't growing as fast as they should be. And they're sitting there going, everything's great, everything's amazing. But like at a way, way stronger rate than the Democrats were last time. Like completely delusional, completely ignoring. I mean, Trump even fucking said like, I don't want to hear about affordability. And then, they're sitting here touting how they beat Biden and like how the economy was what they ran on. But they're doing a terrible fucking job. And like, it's not one of those situations where you can make like a really strong argument about worldwide economic factors. Like we can point directly to the reasons why inflation is climbing, why gas prices were so high and still like stay so high. We know we know the Iran war caused gas prices to go high. We know the tariffs caused inflationary pressure on food and like just regular sort of things that Americans need to buy, among like even luxury items too. Like this isn't one of those situations where you can sort of debate it away. It's very clear. There's a very clear line between what's going on with the jobs, what's going on with the prices, what's going on with the gas, and actions that Trump has taken as president.
Right now, Nancy, what would be an appropriate portfolio?
So sorry, quick interruption. I just checked, and a shocking number. Take a subscription. You compete half of the experts. Let's get back to the clip. So listen, they kind of have two competing jobs. One is they've got to tell you what's happening, and they did, which is these jobs numbers came in at about half of the expectations. The other job is you got to make sure viewers never stop feeling good about Donald Trump. And when the jobs numbers collide with propaganda, The propaganda seems to work.
Propaganda.
And it's a very familiar pattern. If the numbers are strong, they go, Trump's an economic genius. If the numbers are weak, they say, don't worry about it. Trump's such an economic genius that
And
it's
they're
going to be
weak
fine.
a lot
If
of the
inflation
time
goes
right
up,
now.
it's someone else's fault. If unemployment goes up, there must be a
They're
hidden
probably,
explanation.
I mean, like, I don't know if I remember it like that recently, but they're probably still singing the whole, like, every time they get a bad number, I'm trying to fix Joe Biden's mess, right? Like, still, even now.
If hiring is slow, you just keep repeating golden age, until nobody notices. So it's not so much economic analysis, even though it's called Fox Business. It's public relations, it's PR. And the comparison people have been making to state-controlled, North Korean television is not really about whether Fox is a government broadcaster. It's that they have this instinct. And their instinct is bad news when Trump is president means we reassure the audience everything is actually okay because we have Trump there. If the numbers are good, it's because of Trump. And if the numbers are bad, they don't matter because Trump is so good and the numbers are irrelevant.
And it's someone else's
And that's what
fault.
happened here. Now, I try to give a more nuanced view of the economy. The economy is complicated. One jobs report doesn't define a presidency. One really good or bad jobs report wouldn't define a presidency. But if your approach is to spend years insisting every positive number under your guy proves his brilliance, you can't suddenly dismiss disappointing numbers when they arrive. Either the data matters or the data doesn't matter. You can't have it both ways. And judging from the reaction of Maria Bartiromo, even Fox News is finding it harder to pretend that the sales pitch is living up to, or that the numbers rather
They do
are,
that sometimes,
are living
though.
up to
Like,
the
as crazy
sales
as Fox News is,
and if
sometimes,
you want
like,
to
they
get
have these moments
actual
of
analysis
fucking
of this
senescence
stuff,
and clarity.
I recommend starting
It's
with
rare,
going
though.
straight to the data, to the reporting. Start there, and then go to serious publications. And I won't even mention any because I know no matter which I say, someone will have a problem with it. But
Yeah.
email me if
That's
you want
one
to
of
know
the
what I consider
biggest
to be the
problems
serious
is-
economic publication.
Honestly, like, he
but
just sort of glossed over what one of the biggest problems we have today in general is there is, like, literally no single source anymore that everybody can trust. Like, there used to be sources where, like, most everybody could trust. You always had your fucking nuts, who couldn't. But, like, now it just doesn't matter. Like, nobody, if they don't like what they're saying or if it's not on their side of things, people just don't trust sources.
I think it's relatively obvious which they are. And even better, just find individual economists that you trust. Many of them have Substacks. You can go right to the source and just read what they have to say. Thanks for watching. Check out
Okay, this looks like an interesting video. Why Republicans could lose the presidency for decades. Let's take this with a grain of salt. But I want to see what they have to say.
Donald Trump is collapsing with young voters, and it could be a problem for Republicans for decades. So far in 2026, I've been a little skeptical of some of the polling around Trump's approval rating. Yes, some pollsters have shown it dropping, but we've seen this movie enough times. Major pollsters have shown Trump's support cratering, only for reality to set in and show that that was a bit overblown. And the fact that some of the pollsters showing Trump dropping the most, like CNN or CBS, also have some of the biggest polling misses in recent years doesn't help. But over the course of the spring, the preponderance of evidence, especially from high-quality pollsters like New York Times, Siena, and Fox News, has become impossible to ignore. Donald Trump is now at or past his highest unpopularity ever. Real Clear Politics average of polls shows him in a worse position than after the January 6th attack, and his disapproval rating at an all-time high. The Silver Bulletin average shows him in an even worse position. And for the first time, his second-term approval is now in a clearly worse position than his first. Not an enormous difference, but a clear one. And while Trump has lost ground in basically every subgroup in the electorate, this drop is driven by one group more than any other.
That's so interesting because as bad as like his net approval was all around, like his actual approval stayed generally sort of at a good place because the people who were MAGA, who did vote Trump again, were like fiercely loyal and approving of him generally, pretty strongly for the second term. So it's really interesting to see how his approval overall has actually fallen beneath his first term now. Because back then, yeah, there was MAGA, but they weren't quite like as rabid about things as they are nowadays.
voters. Trump is now in a substantially worse position among the youngest parts of the electorate than he was at this point in his first term. And that can have huge implications for 2026, for 2028, and potentially make the youngest Americans consistent Democratic voters for generations. Now, this is all especially notable given that young voters moving towards Trump was one of the biggest narratives of the 2024 election. Even after all the coconut memes and brat summer posting, Trump broke through a wall with the youngest voters. Exit polls show this really clearly. From 2020 to 2024, Kamala Harris lost the most ground among millennials and Gen Z, a net double-digit loss. In fact, Harris won voters born in the 90s and 2000s by half the margin Joe Biden did, and about a third of the margin Hillary Clinton did.
Crazy,
all of that combined to make Harris's performance among young people the worst for Democrats since at least 2004. And that mattered both practically, it shattered a core part of Democrats' modern coalition, and spiritually. Young people are a symbol of the future, of where the country is moving. They're more diverse, more college educated, more cosmopolitan, and to a lot of people on the left, the fact that they were consistently Democratic leaning in good political years and bad was validation of the idea that they were going to win the long-term battle.
I think Gen Z is very, very engaged. I think they're going to save the world.
Trump's 2024 performance seemed to ruin that whole narrative. But now, that performance looks more and more like a fluke. According to polling from The Economist and YouGov, Trump's approval rating among 18 to 29-year-olds has dropped a net 47 points since his inauguration. Polling from Atlas Intel puts it even worse, a net 60-point drop. And pollsters all over are finding this now. An ABC News Washington Post poll finds 70% of those under 30 disapprove of Trump, compared to 27% who approve. And New York Times Siena, probably the best poll in the game right now, finds him even worse. 19% approve, 72% disapprove. Those are catastrophic. And significantly, they're worse than this point in his first term. Now, there are two big reasons this really matters for the 2026 midterms and beyond. But first, let's narrow down what's actually driving these. To me, there's maybe three big things at play here. First, economic dissatisfaction. You look at any poll on the economy, and Americans are absurdly pessimistic about the current situation. And young people have been at the forefront of that. And that's actually kind of weird. For decades, young people were consistently more optimistic about the economic future than everyone else. Look at this chart. The green bars are when young people had more positive feelings about the economy than the country as a whole. In 2024 and 2025, that went consistently negative for the first time in recorded history. Now that's kind of snapped back over the past couple months. Young people are now right around where the rest of the country is. But that's not because young people have gotten more optimistic. It's that everyone else has gotten more negative. Now, some people, fairly, point out that that's a bit weird, given the youth unemployment rate right now is pretty good in historical terms. And the misery index, which is the term for inflation plus unemployment, is also low in historical terms. On the other hand, there's not nothing here. Inflation is still higher than it's traditionally been in recent decades. And as a result, the Federal Reserve is keeping interest rates higher than they've been for most of the 21st century, which makes it harder to borrow money, harder to get a mortgage, harder for businesses to spend and hire people. And that combination is, one, the opposite of what millennials had after the Great Recession, when both inflation and interest rates were super low. And two, that combination is something that hits young people especially hard. They're the group with the fewest savings, the least tied up in the stock market, the most career volatility, the most likely to work entry-level jobs, which are facing a real threat from AI. And they're the most likely to rent and face by far the highest barriers to homeownership. It's not crazy. And here's the thing, everyone else now seems to agree that things are bad. Trump's approval rating on the economy has dropped more than any other issue during his presidency. About a net 40 points, according to the Silver Bulletin polling average. People hate Trump's economy right now, which again, is way different from his first term. Even during the COVID pandemic, when the economy was at its worst point, it was still his strongest issue. In October 2020, Gallup found a majority of Americans approved of his handling of it. A Marist poll that same month found that it was the only issue he was even close to Joe Biden on. The fact that he's collapsed this much on this issue, which affects young people in a huge way, goes a long way to explain why young voters have soured on him. Second thing at play, non-white voters. This is a huge part of the discussion of young voters that often gets overlooked. Every generation in America is now more racially diverse and less white than the one before. So big movements among non-white voters are naturally going to play out among the youngest voters, and vice versa. And we already saw that in 2024. According to Catalyst, one of the most reliable exit poll analysts.
Hello, Candy.
Yeah, say.
Watching some interesting videos. How are you? I saw you in that server earlier.
What's that?
The melting pot or whatever. How was that?
In the voice chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to Psycho Dynamic, I think it was,
Mm-hmm.
because last night on the sorry, this fireworks going off around here.
No worries.
It's 105 degrees in New York right now.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yup. Oh, it's terrible. Anyway, so she was on Darius' stream last night, and she was talking about basically Destiny was there too, and she was pressing Destiny on Destiny was saying that psychosexual he was pressuring Rose to testify and kept forwarding Jung's information to her. And then when she stopped communicating with him, he went after her family, and workplace. Like he was going after her,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get her to join uh, the court case with Pixie. But at the same time, the way he was going about it, he wasn't like in some ways, like he was kind of directing and saying, join the case, but at the same time, it's like, oh, kind of like, oh, I'm doing you a favor. I'm trying to help you. You know, like I'm on your side, kind of thing. Anyways, so that person was saying that even though there was evidence that psychosexual tried to um, get that girl to testify that it was innocent, that it was completely innocent out of like the kindness of his heart. He was just reaching out to her to help her out. Like, and can you hear me?
You're cutting out. What'd you say?
No, so basically she was saying that psychosexual was going after Rose to testify against Destiny out of like because he was being a good person kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That she didn't believe that he was doing it out of malice. And Destiny was like showing her this is what he said, right? So then today I seen her chatting in Darius's stream, and it was Darius, just Darius in this voice room. And I asked her, "Can you join the voice room?" And of course, like she was a little hesitant at first, but basically, I just wanted to get her take on um, why does she dislike Sister Destiny? What has he done that is so bad that everybody seems to dislike him? You know what I mean?
Right.
Her answer to me was, which is not a satisfying answer. She said that she would defend Destiny up until the point where he started calling Pixie a money hungry whore.
Jeez.
At that point,
I remember
at that
that.
point,
I remember that. That shit was
right?
crazy.
He did. Yeah, I did. He did. He did. But I said to her, okay, could he have just said that out of frustration?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
I
in the
mean,
moment,
maybe, but like you
you know,
probably like
it's not a good. Now, I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's a bad thing.
yeah, like you probably
But you
still
also
shouldn't, you know.
yeah. No. I agree. It's a bad thing. But we're human, right? We're flawed individuals.
Yeah.
So we sometimes say things when we're drunk or when we're high or when we're angry. So I was like, yeah, but maybe he just said that, based on the fact that he feels like now she's trying to fuck him over. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I think I guess it's just could be it's frustration, I guess.
Yeah, but like also not good. It didn't help anything, you know.
I said it was not good. I mean, I always said it was good.
Yeah.
I also don't think that's a reason not to not like him. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, just because he calls somebody else something is not a reason for me to not like him or hate him.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Still. Not a good look.
I
He says
I
he needs
listen.
to. I think he needs to often like think more before he speaks. Honestly.
Yes, I agree. But there's more to that than just
Then what?
he says
You
things
cut out again.
sometimes being. I'm sorry. I didn't. I just stopped.
Oh.
Okay, listen. He says things, not so much that, yeah, he says things out of anger, but he's also says things to be edgy. And he needs to cut that shit out too. You know what I mean? Edgy, there's edgy, and then there's edgy. You know what I mean? Like he says things sometimes. It's like, my guy, uh, the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he says shit just to be
But
edgy, and he gets himself in trouble all the fucking time.
yeah,
And he needs to
yep, yep.
be. He needs to just have a little bit more self control sometimes.
I agree.
Oh. So you said you did. Were they going over that when you were in that voice chat? Is that what you were saying?
I was talking to her about it, and then this other person called what's his name? It was, I remember the I because I was like, oh, it's eye candy and I something.
Right.
His is I anyway. And um yeah, we were talking about it for a while, and then these trolls started coming. Did you hear that noise?
No. What noise?
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Uh then these trolls came in, and I fucking had to put one of them in their place.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was arguing, well, not arguing, we're having a discussion, and I asked the question: was Sabersexual friendly with Destiny before he reached out to Rose? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So were they friends, or did they have beef?
Right.
Because if they had beef, then that kind of makes it a little bit more nefarious. It's like me being mad or fighting with you, right? And then me going uh to your against you to try to fight against you and reach out to your to the people that are accusing you of something or whatever, and try to get on their side so that I can fuck you over. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
we're already in a bad place as far as being friends, right? With
Right.
somebody who doesn't like you, um, already doesn't like you, wouldn't advocate for you, right?
Right.
So I was trying to find out whether they had beef beforehand, did this happen after? Like after Saber got involved, did Destiny get mad at him and then kind of cut ties with him? Like, and stuff like that. But then some people jumped in, and I had to flex my ghetto.
Yeah. Your
I,
Boricuaness.
I had to, because then she comes on there and she's like, "Oh, are y'all Destiny dick sucking?" I'm like, "The fuck? Like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We're having a polite conversation here. Oh, this and that. Oh, why? Why does it matter to you?" I'm like, doesn't matter. I'm just asking questions. We're having a conversation. Oh, this and that. And then she was like, "Oh, shut up, Candy." I was like, "Oh, hell no.
Excuse me.
I'm a grown ass woman. You don't fucking tell me to fucking shut the fuck up. You need to sit your ass down because we was here before you." And then this one guy was like, "Damn, she just owns it right there."
Yeah, you don't say that shit to you.
What the fuck? And she was British too. Hmm. I was about to make fun of her accent.
Oh, because she was a bonger.
She was British. You could tell she's, yeah.
She's a bonger.
Yep.
That
It's like
sometimes
how do
they
you
jump
jump
in with the
into
bonger
some
knees and
people
there's just
have
nothing you can do.
the you know they think that they got so much street cred, which is not the I'm trying to be polite, Jordan, because Discord cred does not get you far in life.
No, it doesn't get
You know
you
what I
anywhere
mean?
in life.
Exactly. But in their minds, you know what I mean? It seems like they want to own people in these
Well,
servers,
it's like the same
almost
with
like,
like
oh,
Reddit mods. It's like the same sort of vibe.
right. Well, it's like let me pat myself in the back and get my daily dose of self indulgence or self
Yeah,
gratification.
it's like it's
Right?
total Reddit mod vibes. It's like the same thing. All these people, you give them like the tiniest little taste of like any sort of power, and suddenly they are like the king of the world who can do whatever they want for like to anybody. And yeah.
And you know what? If they put as much energy into doing what they're doing in these Discord servers in real life, they could do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind. Because it takes dedication to have 13 different accounts and be on 15 different Discord servers. Snarking here, they're going over there, snarking over there, and then going over here and snarking over there, and clipping this and holding that and talking shit about here. It takes a lot of dedication to spend your day doing that. And if you have that much dedication doing that, you can accomplish great things. Just
Well,
not here.
yeah, just
Not here, sweetie. Just not here. And I think it make to me it's worse when it's grown ups, right? Because when you're kids, kids fuck around, they snark each other, and you go this, blah blah blah, whatever. You know what I mean? Like they just fuck around. You know what I mean? Because they're kids. Like they think it's funny to make fun of other people, and you know, ha ha ha, whatever. But when you're a grown person, grown ass, to me that's worse. Because that you should know better. It is what it is. It's crazy though. I'm like, mm-mm.
yeah, well, you can't give people power. Can't give them any power, especially people who are chronically online who don't touch grass. They just go nuts with that.
Yes. Like for instance, I was also having discussion in the general chat. Um, People have an obsession with food shops.
Yeah, true.
I don't get it. I don't get it. She's been on different. Last night she was once again. Was it last night or the night before? Um, was it last night or the night before? Once again, she was on Darius. This time it was Darius stream. Again, explaining herself for something she said 3 years ago. She has not been able to live that down. You know what I mean? Ever since then, she's dated women. You know, she's never had any contact ever with a child that like the CSAM or solicited a child. There was this one instance where somebody lied about their age, and as soon as she found out, she cut them off, which was the right thing to do, um, and stuff like that. But these people are obsessed, and it's like, what exactly do you? My question to them is, what exactly would satisfy you, or because it's been explained over and over. So, what do you want to monitor her life and keep an eye on who she DMs and who she's messaging in regular, what streams she's going on, or so that you could pay it to? I don't know. It's almost okay. So for me, it sounds like she's almost like low hanging fruit, You know what I mean? Like she's an easy target and a punching bag that they could use to feel better about themselves, to feel like they've accomplished something in life. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah. Because it's hard to defend yourself against allegations of, you know what I mean? And it's not like she hasn't explained. But no matter how many times it's never enough of these people. It's just like it's it's almost like she's the punching bag for their own repressed feelings.
A lot of
And
people
it's
end up
like,
doing that to themselves. A lot of people end up doing that to themselves.
It's like it's like the gay person who hates the gay person who hates gay
Who hates
people.
gay people? Yeah, self-hating.
But in
Or the
reality, they hate
self-hating Jew.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at because it's very like they they really like go at her. It's like
Yeah.
okay, it's been explained. She's like I've seen her explain herself 5 or 6 times already, and I've only been following her like a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
This happened like 3 years ago, and they're just relentless, and it's like no amount of explanation is ever going to be good enough for them because to them they could call her certain things and think that it's you know that it's okay. She's an easy target.
Yeah. Well, what do sometimes at some point, like you have to look out for yourself,
Uh-huh.
and like.
But it's silly. The stuff that they grasp at is silly, right? So it's like you follow One Piece, the anime or no?
No, I want to, but like it's gonna
Yeah.
take me so long to catch up at this
Nah,
point.
it's not really. It's pretty. The episodes are 22 minutes. It's easy to catch up.
Yeah,
But
but there's
anyway,
like over 1,000 episodes.
yeah, but it's easy.
It's like the longest running
1
anime
weekend.
in
You probably
history.
get through it in a weekend.
In a weekend?
Yeah,
No, that's not possible.
it is. Mira, okay, mira, escucha.
Yo tengo una
Okay,
vida.
so like
Yo tengo una vida, chica.
I
I have
you
a
have to
life.
binge watch it though. I know you have to binge watch it. Take a whole weekend off and just binge watch.
I
Now,
honestly,
binge.
wait, hang on. How long is One Piece in hours? Yeah, okay. 440 to 462 hours, roughly 19 days straight without sleeping or taking breaks. I can't watch it in a fucking weekend. Over 1168 episodes and still ongoing. Thank you, Sleepy. Also, hey, Sleepy, how you
Sleepy
doing?
Joe.
The sleepiest of Joes. This Joe is very sleepy. How you doing, buddy? How goes
Well,
it?
I was gonna use One Piece as an example to say this is one character in One Piece called Tony Chopper, and he's like a little reindeer
Mm-hmm.
who ate one of the fruits, and basically he's like human, but he's a reindeer because he ate one of the forbidden fruits, right? And he's a kid too at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and he's one of my favorite characters. He's a doctor as well. He was found by this doctor who taught him medicine, and he learned. And then after the doctor died, he was taken. Another doctor took over and taught him everything he knows. Then he went and learned from other sources medicine. So he's a doctor, and he's like a kid, right? I like Tony. He's the cutest thing. So it's like if I was to say I like Tony Chopper, people would probably say, "Oh, so you like little kids?" You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, no, the character is cute. It's adorable, and he's just an adorable character. And that's how far they'll take it. That's how that's how far they'll take it. Where anything you say can be turned to mean something else.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like, again,
Yeah.
it's the internet. They're always trying to find like a gotcha to fuck you over with.
Yeah.
That's like how they operate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
How you doing, Sleepy? What's new?
Sleepy Joe, my love. The news has
Any
been
debates? No. Yeah, so I'm trying to do so let me explain to you guys what I want to do. This is like a new thing. Where I'm calling it improvised debate, essentially, where you can pick any topic you want, like of anything at all. It doesn't even have to be political. It can be goofy, funny, just whatever comes off the top of your head. And then you tell me what position I have to argue for. Right? So, like, I don't know what you're going to suggest. I don't know what position you want me to argue for. And I, like, have to genuinely try to make an argument in favor of that position. I think it's a fun thing.
It
some
is
cool
fun.
clips out of it. And, yeah, I think it'd be really interesting. And then, like, if people want to come up and, like, debate me, too, in that way, right? They'll be like, listen, I want you to debate this point of view. And then I'm going to come up and argue it with you, right? I'm not saying I'm always going to win, because I probably won't, because I'm sure some people are going to be like, yeah, you have to hold this shitty point of view, which will make it hard. But I think it'll be funny. I think it'll be fun, and like it'll kind of show off my skills, show off my skills.
Also, it would have to be a topic that you're familiar with.
Not necessarily. I mean, you could try to like throw
anime
me
is
off.
not one of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could try, but I'm not gonna have too much knowledge to go off of, is the thing. It probably won't be that entertaining, but like, you can make me argue it. That's the thing, is you can make me argue whatever position you want. That's the point.
There's a few good animes going on. Demon Slayer is really good too.
Cool.
But it's still ongoing. It's still like,
Yeah. Yeah, I need to watch that one, I guess. But yeah, like, we can do that whenever we want to start. At any point, anybody can sort of throw a suggestion in for me about that, and it'll be just like a cool thing we can do. And I think it'd make for really good clipping and would have a lot of fun. A lot of laughs, folks.
I was reminded a few weeks ago, I was talking to someone about one of our first debates was y'all was showing me like Hitler art, and I was like, I don't think it's that. And yeah, and then I was like, I don't like what's his name? Now I lost your minds. David? No.
No.
Van
like,
Gogh.
No,
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh and Picasso.
No, I like Picasso.
You
No,
like Picasso?
I didn't like
I don't think so.
No, I don't. I don't like Picasso.
Yeah.
It was Van Gogh and Picasso. I did not like those.
No.
I like the other one. The other art.
And
The
like, my
realism.
goodness. Honestly, Candy.
Yeah.
Raisin and bananas are the worst food ever invented. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, that's hurtful. That's hurtful, Sleepy.
Damn. That's a good one.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, like, it's the same reason I don't like pineapple on pizza, right? Like, you have these savory flavors, and then you have this weird sort of sweet flavor. Like, it just doesn't go together. When you're trying to have like your umami spice sort of meaty food, you don't want this weird random like burst of sweetness in there. It throws everything off. It just doesn't, they don't go together. Like with pineapples, you have this citrus and you have the tomato. And they just don't mix for me, right? It's the same thing with raisins in beef empanadas. It's like you have this sort of meaty, spicy flavor, and it gets thrown off by a fucking raisin, which is like candy. No, it's fucking weird. I don't like it. See? It's fun. And you make me argue positions that I don't like. Which I fucking hate doing, but I'll do it anyway. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That was pretty good.
Thank you very much.
You almost had me convinced you don't like raisin empanadas.
Nah, I do. They're fucking delicious. Y'all are nuts.
I know.
But I'll still
Y'all
argue the point. I'll still argue the point.
Just don't ask me to argue for it, because
Do it.
I don't want raisin in my empanada. But it does, I as much as I give you a hard time, it makes sense only because you say it's spicy.
Yeah.
I think if it wasn't spicy, it wouldn't work.
Maybe. But really what it is it's just kind of like, you have this really like deep sort of meaty flavor, and then it just like punctures that really well. It like balances out the really like strong meaty flavors with, so it's almost like a palate refresher. Sort of like how you can have ginger with sushi. It's like that sort of thing.
I've had raisin in certain things. Like some people put raisin in pasteles. You ever had pasteles?
No. Oh, pasteles. Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah.
The thing that they tie with the wrapped in the leaf.
Yeah. I have. They're similar to like tamales, but from Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But some people put raisins in that, and I'm like,
there you go. So
No,
you even know,
like
you even understand.
I don't like it.
¿Por qué me estás hinchando las pelotas? You already know.
But I don't like it.
Yeah, but you act like you don't even understand it, and yet you have a food from your own country where people apply like the same logic to it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You did that to me. All right, somebody give me another one. Give me another topic and position to argue from. You get to see my skills. See my skills on full display. We live in a simulation. Okay, actually. So there are sort of several caveats when it comes to determining whether we live in a simulation or not, right? One of the most important things to recognize is how accurate of a simulation of a universe can you build? Using like quantum computation and so on. That's going to give you an idea of like if it's even possible to create a simulation. One of the interesting philosophical positions that I've heard before, which actually makes a lot of sense, is if it is physically possible to create a universe-sized simulation, then the odds that we are living in one basically become asymptotal. So they approach an almost 100% probability. The reason being that because of like the nature of like eternal time, it seems likely that if we can create a universal simulation, then the odds are that we're not the first ones to do it. And our universe is probably one in a nearly infinite regress of simulated universes within simulated universes, and so on and so forth, going on, in infinity, in the backwards flow of time. So I would argue that as we get closer to building better and better quantum simulations, you could see it emerge that an actual universe-sized and universe-accurate simulation could be buildable. And if that's the case, it's almost certain that we live inside of one. But
I mean, like the Matrix, like a simulation.
well, probably not like plugged into like a wall, but like that the universe itself is a simulated universe from like a very advanced like alien computer, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah, very interesting.
You remember?
Very
Do you remember the? I'm sure you've seen the movie, The Truman Show.
Of course, it's a classic.
That was. He lived in a simulator. The whole thing was fake.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it wasn't a simulated universe, right? It was like a giant dome
No.
that had like a
Yeah.
fake town in it with like actors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he streamed 24/7.
Yep.
It's so crazy.
That
Yeah.
24/7 stream. I couldn't do it, I don't think. I couldn't do it. I'd have to
has
get up and move, you know.
it has
and do
streams
things.
that are 24/7. There's an Asmon Gold stream that runs.
Oh, where they're just
24/7.
like re-streaming his shit.
Yes. Yep.
Mhm.
It's called Osmond 247.
Mhm.
Anything that has like 247, that means it runs 24/7.
Mhm.
So it runs all day. And they just restream his stuff all day. So he has his regular account, the kick thing. Plus he has that restreaming thing. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll
Seen it.
have one
I've
of
seen
those. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that
Did you
be
get a
something?
chance to
Wouldn't it be wonderful? Quite frankly, it'd be great, quite frankly. I'd love to see that sort of thing for me.
Did you get a
Okay,
chance
now
to
that
look
we have
at
most
Nick?
of us here, I have to play this song on the stream, okay?
Go ahead.
Because it's very
Okay.
short. It's less than a minute. But I need it. I need to get this out of my system right now.
Argentina, Argentina, la escaloneta ya llegó. Martínez, Martínez, Molina, Molina, Romero, Romero,
Senesi,
Tagliafico,
Tagliafico,
Macalister,
Macalister,
Paredes,
Fernández, Álvarez, González. Respeten los rangos, el rey ya llegó. Messi, 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 Messi. Es Argentina. ¡Ganemos! Vamos, we won today. Woo! Big win. I'm missing Daniel and Neighbor Rooney for this because I really want to throw this one in their face. I don't know where they are, but I need to let them know, you know. Let them know. Fuck yeah, that was dope. Okay, I am going to take a quick break, guys. Don't go anywhere. Please don't go anywhere. I need you all to stay here, all right? I need my people, my support people. If you want, Candy, I can leave you on, and then you can talk to chat if you want. Huh? Candy. You're muted.
Yeah, I was trying to say I muted my mic.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You don't have to.
No, I want people to still be like entertained, you know?
Oh, you want that kind that.
Yes. If you could do that for everybody, that would be great. Thank you. No. All right, so Candy is going to entertain all of you by being awesome and fun. And I am going to be right back. So have fun. Talk to them all, Candy. Keep them happy.
Uh-oh.
I shall return shortly.
So, guys, what have you been up to? It's funny. Like a joke, funny. Or just, I don't know. Do you work on the weekends, Joe? Are you off on weekends? Got any plans for the 4th of July? Well, tomorrow, right? Because today's the 3rd. It's almost, that's 10 for me. In a few hours. Really? Mm, that sucks. You need to take a break from work. What about you, Barcode? Are you busy this weekend? Are you guys done doing barbecues? I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but I also, I don't know. I've been there where, like, I've been working. Hi.
Oh,
Hi. I've been there where I've been working out like I management where it's like it was a 24/7 job. I do not miss it, to be honest. How are you? Is your name what's your name? Devil? No, devil is something else, right? And I'm Steel. Oh
yes, what
shit.
do you want?
Hi, darling. How are you? I haven't spoken to you in a while.
Yes.
Oh, I was asking about you the other day.
Yeah.
I was just asking Jordan, like, I haven't seen Steele in a while. Like, how's he doing? Blah blah blah. Just asking about you.
Yeah,
That's
what did
about it.
dipshit say?
Oh my God, he said you're good.
Did he?
Oh, I get. Was he supposed to say you're not good?
I don't know. He hasn't spoken to me either, so how would he know?
I guess he just maybe just saying it.
Uh-huh.
Kind of one of those things that people say, like, "Oh yeah, they're good," like. uh,
Uh,
So what you been up to?
mm, I cannot disclose that.
Okay, okay. Busy. Okay, you've been busy.
Correct.
Mm, well, I missed you.
Ah.
hmm I was just talking about you a little while ago. We were talking about. Well, I was reminding Jordan about our first kind of like debate about the Van Gogh versus Hitler.
Ah.
You was in that debate.
I was in that debate. That is correct.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You are so right.
Yeah, I remember. Yo,
Yep.
do you celebrate 4th of no, 4th of July, right? You don't celebrate that, right?
That's an
That's only
American
American.
holiday,
That's
ma'am.
American holiday.
Yes. Why would we celebrate your independence?
I know. You're right. I'm sorry.
Like, woo! Yes, we're finally rid of them fuckers. Woo!
All right. imagine that, right? Like we're celebrating our independence, and y'all are celebrating like fuck them. Got rid of them motherfuckers. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Any plans for the summer? Nothing. Just work.
Yeah, no plans directly.
Mm. It's 105 degrees in New
That's
York right now.
nice.
105 degrees.
That's nice.
No.
No, no, you don't
No,
like
it's
it?
not.
Okay,
Oh God,
that's a
it's
shame.
horrible. It's like it's horrible.
That's too
Mm.
bad.
Anybody got any plans for this summer? Anything good? Who's
I
drunk?
don't know.
I don't drink. Oh, he's talking. I'm sorry, to Barco.
Who's talking to Barcode?
No, he was talking to Barco.
Who?
Joe Sibi in the chat, he wrote, Barcode, I wrote, we nuked Japan twice, but they still celebrating for us.
No, they're
And
not. No one is celebrating 4th of July. What the fuck have you been smoking?
yeah. Really? Mm.
Yeah, anywho, I'm gonna drop off. Bye bye.
No, don't. Aw, why did it leave? Mm. You missed it, Jordan.
What did I miss?
Steele was just here. Was just here.
No fucking way.
Yes. He just like, okay, goodbye, and just and like didn't even like we talked a little bit. I asked him, what does he be doing? Does he have any plans for the summer?
What did he say?
Like it just made small talk, and then I told him I asked about you, about him to you, and he's like, so what did Jordan say? I said he said you were good. He's like, well, how would he know? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he's just being polite. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's standard answer,
Oh.
being polite. I don't know. And then he's like, all of a sudden he's like, okay, I'm going by. Click, and and then you show up as soon as he said
Oh
that.
no.
That's what I said.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Well, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I saw he sounded fine. Maybe he'll jump back on.
Yeah, I hope
I don't
so.
know. I hope so.
Um. Hmm. Yeah. I haven't heard from him too much lately. Well, I hope, yeah, I do hope he jumps back in. It's AI slop. It does look. Oh, it doesn't look that AI sloppy.
What do you mean AI stuff? It was the video made at. It's not real.
Well, that's. It's not. I just like saying that as a troll. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, Sleepy. Okay. When should we be celebrating our independence? Everyone?
What is that?
Every single person? How dare they not? So this is pretty goofy, by the way, speaking of which. New national poll reveals striking paradox public sentiment ahead of America's 250th anniversary. A disconnect between Americans' strong patriotic pride and their lack of civic knowledge. According to a survey from the Libertarian Cato Institute think tank of more than 2,000 U.S. adults conducted in late June, 86% of respondents said they are grateful to be American, and 70% believe the nation's founding principles remain relevant. However, nearly half of Americans don't know that America's 250th anniversary commemorates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. Oh, that's really fucking sad, dude. That's so disappointing. 2/3 of Gen Z don't know. Okay, well, maybe I'm not that surprised. Gen Z is fucking retarded. Jesus. Sorry to my Gen Z watchers out there. I love you guys. Clearly, you're smarter than the rest if you're watching me. Oh my gosh. The Pilgrims landing at Plymouth Rock, the ratification of the Constitution, victory of the Revolutionary War, first U.S. presidential election, founding of Jamestown, and not sure. Oh. Sorry. Ugh. That's very disappointing. Very sad. Very sad. Quite embarrassing. Quite embarrassing. All right, we got another position for me, guys. For me to argue. For me to debate improv. No, I have not seen the movie Heat. What about it? Someone just dropped something on the floor upstairs. Okay. Try another thing. Try something else. Or like move on to other stuff. But this is like, I think this is a fun thing to do going forward. Have these like improv debates. It'll be more fun like when people come up and like argue with me on shit too. Think of non-troll ones. Okay, well, let's keep watching this while you do that.
In 2024, Trump gained 4 points among white voters under 30, and 4 points among black voters under 30, but 9 points among Asian voters under 30, and 12 among Latinos under 30. And those were driven by even larger gains among younger, non-white men. So the point is, in the election, Trump gained with young people when he also gained with non-white people. And as president, he's lost ground with young people, while he's also lost ground with non-white people. There's really no way to spin it. Trump has fallen off a cliff with non-white voters, especially Latinos. Take the New York Times Siena poll, which, again, is basically the best poll out there. In April 2025, it found 59% of Latinos disapproving of Trump and 36% approving. Not great, but not insanely terrible. And actually still much better than other Republicans' traditional performance with Latinos. Fast forward to May 2026, and it's now 71% disapprove and 20% approve. And here, it's not hard to see the effect of Trump's immigration policies, his diversity policies, his pretty open hostility to non-white people in government. You can go on. Think whatever you want about all that stuff, but it's clearly reversed the progress he's made with non-white voters, and by extension, has hurt him among the most diverse age group, young people. And finally, the third thing that could be going on here. Young people are incredibly anti-establishment, and Trump has become the establishment. This is maybe the most important thing to know about young voters' political outlook now. There is just a deep, abiding skepticism of institutions, elites, and authorities in general. I actually wrote about this for my old newsletter in early 2025, exploring the idea that Trump's anti-establishment vibe and Biden and Harris's pro-establishment vibe created a perfect storm to move young voters rightward. The more time that passes, the more I actually think that that was right about a lot of what went on in the 2024 election. But in the time since, that dynamic has now reversed. Not only is Trump the incumbent president and his party the majority party in DC, which makes them the authority, the establishment, the ones in charge, but he's made a bunch of intentional choices that have destroyed his claim to being anti-establishment. He completely botched the Epstein files. His signature legislative achievement is a bill that primarily benefits rich people. And most importantly, he's launched the US into another major war in the Middle East. Wherever you stand, it's like he's gone.
Oh no, I did a stupid. Hang on. Give me a second. That was dumb.
It's like he's gone out of his way to emulate the mistakes of past presidents, like Joe Biden or George Bush, and allow an impression to sink in.
I was basically saying that earlier. He's doing the same thing that the Democrats did about the economy that like fucked them over.
Him being an elite establishment figure, which, by the way, is exactly what we talked about on this channel last year.
I want to. I don't know
Go
how
check
to
out our
get...
video. Not to brag, but I think it warns of exactly what's going on right now. And that's the kind of thing you'll always see if you're subscribed. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and to my newsletter. And here's the thing, that anti-establishment disconnect is also playing out within the Republican Party itself. Congressman Thomas Massie, one of the rare Republicans who hasn't blindly fallen in line with Trump on every issue, recently lost his primary, which was a big flex for Trump, who tried really hard to defeat him. But that whole saga also provided some evidence that the youngest Republicans are maybe beginning to move on from Trump. One of the last polls of that primary, which came really close to the final results, showed that Massie was losing in a landslide among the oldest Republicans, but winning among the youngest. And other polls show a similar dynamic. A May poll from Echelon Insights showed that both J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio are weakest among the youngest Republicans, and that group is also the most likely to support people like Robert Kennedy Jr., who was a Democrat until 10 seconds ago, or Tucker Carlson, who's becoming a fierce critic of the Trump administration. That is a real warning sign for the next generation of Republican candidates. So why does all this matter? Two reasons. First is the short term. Young people can play a really decisive role in elections. We saw this really strongly in the 2018 midterms, when young voters turned out at record numbers and supported Democrats by a big margin. Look at that change. Millennial turnout more than doubled from the 2014 to 2018 midterms. And that cycle was the first time ever that Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z outvoted boomers. And they not only turned out, they voted for Democrats at a historic 2-to-1 margin, a better margin than even for Obama in 2008. That absolutely made the difference in a lot of close races, and it was a key ingredient in the 2018 blue wave. This year, Trump is in an even worse position with young people, and if it stays that way, we could be looking at a similar result. And second is the long term. For a long time, some political scientists have argued that voters' first elections play a really important role in the socio-political formation of voting habits. Basically meaning that the candidates in the first elections you vote in and who you choose to vote for in those elections can determine your political allegiance for decades. This is often referred to as the impressionable years thesis, and there's some real evidence that there's something to it. For example, Generation X came of age during the Reagan years and the Republican dominance of the 80s and early 90s, and they're now, consistently, the most Republican-leading generation. Millennials came of age during the disaster of George Bush's presidency, and then under Obama, and they've become consistently Democratic-leaning. Now, this isn't a foolproof thesis, and it's definitely still early, but there's some real risk that Trump could be radicalizing a whole generation against him, his policies, and his party. For him, that doesn't matter much. He'll be gone from the presidency sooner than it feels right now. But for his party, that could be a lasting problem. And unless they change something quickly, it's only becoming more likely. What do you think is the biggest reason young people have turned on Trump? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and my newsletter. And while you're at it, check out this
video. Okay. Let's see, what else should we check out? Any suggestions from the chat? Yeah, do we know if Mitch McConnell is dead or what? Does anybody know? I feel like that's a good question right now. All right, let's check something else out here. This is just titled "What Happened." I want to see.
Hey,
what
folks.
it's
So, Abba's not here no more.
Abba and Pre.
He pissed off.
I know it's your favorite candy.
No, is she on the bus? Is she on the bus? She passed in front of you. Yay!
Probably seen the title and they're like, yo, is Abba clickbaiting me? I came back from a trip with my Maja. Me and my mom went to Spain for about a week. My mom doesn't travel pretty much ever. Last little while, we've been making some efforts to get out. And so every year I'm planning stuff. But I think after this last trip, I realized that I'm like, I may need to do this a bit more often. But I remembered for the very big OGs and the folks who know a lot of the lore, my first ever video was actually on my mother. On this YouTube channel. That video was 13 years ago. April 30th, 2015. You know what's funny about that? April 30th is my birthday. If I remember, oh yeah, I still used to have this fucking logo.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the reason why this logo exists is because that was my name of my business. I used to have I did this myself. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I'll give it like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, but your globe don't really look like the world.
Fair.
It looks like
the disease.
That's wow. I was about to say a jawbreaker.
Okay.
Not
at one point in my life, I hadn't been home for 2.5 years. I hadn't spoken to anyone or sent any emails.
Yeah, I know. Let's not talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember
You don't want to talk about it?
Luggage with me.
The glow up is real, my nigga. Why? Congratulations. Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hey, that color correction was crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
What? Nigga look like a Cheeto. What up, Chester?
Okay.
Damn.
And I knocked at the door. She opened it. She said hi. She smiled.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you can't play it.
She just asked me what I wanted for dinner. And, she didn't
for some of you youngins who don't know this instrumental, it's an iconic one, okay?
Mama.
Any questions? She just let me come in with everything I had. And she bought that house for us, for the kids, so that we would have a home to come to forever.
God dang.
And, over the years, as she's getting older.
Hey, there he is.
She,
Hey, fat ass.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? I said, how you doing? I miss you.
Did you already tell people how I'm doing?
No.
Yes, you did. Told Candy I'm doing fine.
I figured you were doing. Last time I heard from you, you were doing the school stuff.
Yes.
How's that going?
Yes. I will talk to you at some point later.
Okay.
About that.
Please give me a call at any time. I want to catch up with you.
One thing.
Oh. Steel is here. Big deal. Big deal. Quite huge. Hey.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely want to catch up with you. Like, give me a call whenever.
Yes.
Doing my stuff. I want to hear what's going on and just get the lowdown about what's been up with you. Because it's been a minute. Quite a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had life things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad life things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
life is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you gotta keep going on. You gotta tank it, right? Because I'm a man. That's what we do. We tank it. But yeah, I would very much like to catch up, hear about how you're doing, and just hear about what's going on with you.
Yeah.
Whenever you can.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Bye-bye. Have fun with your stream. Bye.
I will. All right. Well, that was a fun little visit.
She's having a harder time keeping up with the bills. So I've been saving for the last few years. I've been getting ready. Today's my birthday. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. So I kind of wanted to do something for her.
Yeah. Old video.
Wow.
واو لريسو بقول ألتينيا وخلاص جست الموت بيجاب بدستايم ياكل
Wow. That's so sweet. What a sweet moment.
It's too much.
Too much.
Surprising. ربط قلبي الحمد لله بس خبر بزحي ياكل خلاص
She said, this is already too much. Whatever else you got, it's okay. Just use it for something else.
The crazy thing about this shit, so what I understand is that you guys didn't speak for like 2 years.
Yeah, when I joined the military, she was not supportive at all. And so during that period, there was like a big rupture in our family.
So that's your comeback.
Yep.
All of you at home, you're seeing something super cute. You know what I see?
Bribing.
No, I saw, say sorry, bitch.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, preach out of pocket. Preach out of pocket.
Damn, everyone just dipped from chat. Where'd you all
come
go?
back after 2 years, you pay off the mortgage? I'm expecting sorries. I'm expected to be upgraded in the ranking of my siblings in the family. I am no longer the one that left off to go to the army. I'm now the one. And I shall be referred as such. Crazy thing about this video is that I started working with him. And I think 6 months in that we started trying to figure out how we gonna do videos. And when we do a couple of videos, I see this video and I'm like, I go inside. I think it was 6 to 8 months you had moved to your new place, which was the last place, the background that you see. And I'm like, I walk in his room, sit down on the couch, and I'm like, nigga. He's like, what? I saw a video. And he's like, yeah. Talk about it. And you know this guy is like, it's whatever. Everything's in the video. And I'm like...
I say all this to say, when I originally made that a long time ago, I didn't really think much of it, but obviously it went super viral. I had like news reporters hitting me up at that. I think my dad passed away when I was like 21. And me and my mom only really started like hanging out and spending time together over the last like 4 or 5 years. Thinking before that it was more just like family obligations at most, because I was always away from home for a very long time. So these last couple trips have been like really big. So I have this thing where I like Instax. I'm pretty big on like they're not technically Polaroids, they're Instax, but still very close. My mom has this habit of like speaking poorly about herself, and so I've pretty much made her the subject of, like all my photo shoots. So whenever we travel anywhere, I take pictures of her, and most of them are unexpected. I don't really do too much planning. But like there's some really good images in there. Like this one for me is one of my favorites.
It's dope.
That is
like,
cool.
It's
That's
dope.
a great photo.
And look at her face when she saw it too.
Oh, she's geeking out. She's geeking out. Okay, and it's a big deal that she's geeking out. Yeah, I think we were in Lisbon at this time. But you see her like, this is fire. Like I'm not tooting my own horn, but she's. I think it's probably just because the hijab and all the fit that she got going on really does help.
It's fire. Call it what it is. Call it spade a spade. That shit's fire. This is dope.
I think most of us know that life is fleeting. But I think that most of us, even if we know, don't always act accordingly. I had folks around me die enough to like kind of have that ingrained.
Yeah.
Someone told me, oh, Abba, I think maybe
that's
the reason why
Holocaust revisionist number of deaths.
you want to do this more is because, you're worried that when you reach the end of the road, there's a certain level of control you want over how things are going to go or how you're going to feel. There's never enough time that you can spend with the people. And I'm like, I partially agree with that. But I know when my dad died, there was at least 3 weeks before he died that we knew he was going to pass away. And those 3 weeks were incredibly impactful. If I didn't have that, I think that would have altered my life completely, because I know those conversations that we had in those 3 weeks changed the trajectory of my life. Within, a matter of months, I was out of the military, started a new career path. A lot of things changed for me from that point. Like even this photo album, I was scrolling through this shit. I was scrolling through these when I was on the plane. I started crying. I had to fucking actually like hide from her like this. And I know one day when she's gone, I'm gonna probably cry even harder looking back on that. And my goal is not to not have that emotion. I think missing the people you care about is always natural. I just want to get to the end of the road, wherever that may be, and I just want to be able to say we had a good ride. I want to be able to grab a drink and say, we did good. And tell her, like, her drink's non-alcoholic, mine, obviously. But I just, that's all I want. We don't want to wait till the people pass away to give them their flowers. I think whether it be my friends, whether it be my family, whatever it is, like over the last 5 years, I just don't hesitate. I give people their flowers while they're here, while they're right in front of me, while I feel it genuinely, because they deserve to know. And I think I've always been the type of person to hold back affection, hold back the words of affirmation and things I think. And I'm just like, damn, people just going their whole lives not knowing that I'm fucking proud of them or I love them very much, or I think all these crazy things. And I think that's a damn shame. And so, while my mom is healthy and can ride the bus by herself, I want to take her to as many places and try as many things and do whatever the fuck she really wants to try out and have some fun. Yeah, I'll be gone a little bit more often, but I'll also probably make some cool reports. In traveling with my mom and seeing her, nerd out over pictures and having all these experiences, like, she's obsessed with taking the bus. Like,
she told me that she would just go on strolls.
Like when we were in Spain, like she saw, like, I'm like, where do you want to go? She's like, we take the N16 and we go here, and then we take the. I'm like, why are you reciting buses? Like, this whole system. She's like, it's amazing. You don't understand. like she's invested. This is her on the train. When I say this train ride for her was like everything, like I've never seen her look so peaceful. That's her at bus stop. I had to catch her at a bus stop because there's a lady in her bus stops. But she did such a great job for me in some of these images. And
that's funny.
I really get like a kick out of watching a lot of this stuff. Yeah, it's been cool to see her like behave like a child. Like she's telling me about interests and hobbies she didn't even know she had that she's discovering. And she's like geeking out over photos and getting all excited and giggling to herself. Through that I kind of learned about her past. She had to work for the family. They shipped her off to go do, maid servicing. And then by 16, 17, she was married, having kids. And, she had to do a good chunk of that in many years on her own. So she just never had a chance to actually pour into herself or spend time having a childhood at all. And so now she's kind of, playing catch up. At least that's what I see when I pay attention to her. Just watching her every day, I'm like, people could definitely change, and a lot of things that we have in terms of behaviors that we observe in people is very environmentally based. I know you guys just seem like my mom, like smiling or whatever, but like if you understood what she was like before, I wish I could show my mom videos of what she was like when I was a teenager.
That would not do her any service.
I got a text message. I got the upgrade to business.
Me?
No, for me. And not for you. Is that okay? You're not mad? Yeah, we're going together. You're right.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
She said, don't worry.
As long as they drive me where I want to go.
Okay.
Even you shan't have both of you.
Oh, yeah. It should be economy, so what's it called? Eight. When she pressed the button, it's funny. Got him. Oh, I got it.
No, and I like that shit because when I saw her accept it like that, I saw my mom. I saw my parents, my mom, my dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw them be like, "You paying? Yeah, cool. I'll be over there."
And a lot of us just don't know our parents. Mm-hmm. A lot of times because they don't know parts of themselves. They've never really spent all that much time exploring. But also partially because they didn't share or we never got a chance. And I say train ride, why? Because it's such a simple thing that most people can access, okay? And whether it's that or like even when I took her to paint ceramics and she's like, I didn't even know she liked art, which is such a, she was always just mom. She didn't have hobbies.
That's what I was about to say.
But she like...
We know our parents. We don't know the person outside of the role.
Fair.
You understand what I mean? Because you're still always going to be in that relationship where she's your mom. She's always going to be your mom. Mm-hmm. But then you kind of, when you travel with your folks, you kind of see glimpse of them just being outside that role. I remember that because I traveled with my parents fairly young, and I got that access to my father when we were on vacay. Outside of vacay, our relationship was what it was. Same thing with my mom. But when we were on vacay, it's kind of like, all right, you know what? Time out.
Yeah.
Time out. Now we're just having fun. Forget school. Forget you being a jackass. Forget you not being good in school or whatever, whatnot. It's just us and being on the beaches of Cuba.
Yeah.
In the 90s. He just introduced me to like certain fruits that he saw. I used to eat that and I used to be there and I used to do this. Oh, I remember this story. And you're just like, okay, this is kind of a glimpse. This is the kid dad.
Yeah.
Telling me his story about like when he was like back then and what he was doing, how he was doing stuff, and who's what. Oh, but this guy, who is he? Is he my uncle? Nah, he's just a friend of the family. He's not really. Stuff like that you get to ask him, you get to relate. You know what I mean? The relationship kind of drops. And then there's another level to that relationship when you get to be an adult and they realize, oh yeah, he's gonna be all right. They trust me more. And then they come to you for a certain advice.
You're going to be all right. That's your parents looking at you.
Looking at me. And they're like, oh yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
There's a different shift. And sometimes you can have these conversations that are a little bit more on the deeper side. And then you've seen me with my parents. I have conversations that you probably never have with your parents. But the vacation thing and traveling with your parents, of course, I'm not saying like if your parents were horrible people, because some of y'all had.
Yeah, not that parents are saying.
I'm not saying that. My parents are not horrible people. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're able and you have the opportunity to do that, shit, 100% do it.
Yeah. And again, I say this because people are seeing like, oh, you guys went to Spain. Like, it doesn't have to be. Like, my experience of going to my mom's that ceramic shop where we had that and we painted ceramics was just as like awe-inspiring to me to see her as going to Spain with her, something specific. Even like my mom on a train. Like, she said like, oh, we should take a train in parts of Canada and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's it. It's just making that concerted effort. Go ahead.
There's a train that goes from here to BC.
She mentioned that to me, don't worry. She mentioned that to me already. No, she wanted to cross Canada, and she's so excited about the prospect. I'm dreading it. Some of y'all might not have the greatest parents or horrible parents. It happens, all right?
It does happen.
Yeah. I told my mom I didn't think she was a very good parent, to be honest with you. And I know this is hard to hear after, oh, how could you? Being very honest with you guys. And I told her this, but there's forgiveness there. I don't hold it against her. I understand why and understand what happened, and it's fine. I prefer as my friend. There's a very varying reasons why, but you may have a similar situation in that it's possible your parent may never be the parent that you needed when you was a kid, and that's a whole other discussion. But they might be a very good friend. They might be a very good family member. They might be someone who understands you in that context, and you as adults can you communicate differently. If I went to my mom today hoping she was going to be my mother that I didn't have in a lot of ways growing up, I think it would be a waste of time. And I think it would be very hard for me to love her as much as I do. Just a perspective that I didn't necessarily hear from others that I thought was very helpful for me is that maybe you have to have a different relationship with the person, and it gives you the ability to really love them in a way that's genuine to you without holding back. I've told her everything I needed to say, and I feel very free to like a lot of my childhood stuff, and I don't want to hold on to that. So I think in this mode, I appreciate her, and I can appreciate her for what she is to me, which is someone I trust with everything, someone who I love very dearly, someone who I want to, go off into the future and spend as many moments as. But I think if I needed her to be mom, I think that'd be very hard. So yeah, maybe you have a different way of experiencing that relationship with them. Maybe they might turn out much better like that, or maybe they still a hoe. I don't know. But I mean, some people's parents is a hoe. What you want me to say? I know some dudes whose dads is a hoe. And like maybe that's all they. But sometimes you learn.
The reason is they here is because their parents are a hoe.
But how did you approach your mom when you decided you wanted to smooth things over and ignite the relationship? Ignite the relationship sounds crazy.
Ignite the relationship?
I know, that sounds like passion, Romeo and Juliet type shit.
Goddamn.
It is not an overnight thing. There is no such thing. You can't have the change that you want on your time. This is someone else that's sitting across from you. The same way you can't have you meet a girl, you can't have the relationship you want with her on your time. It's a negotiation the whole time. But I think you can start with the conversation, talk about some of the things. And maybe you don't go right to 100% where it's like your deepest trauma and your biggest resentment. But you create some space where it's okay for her to share what she thinks and you to share what you think. And you have to learn how to be receptive in a way that's non-judgmental because you don't want to make her seize up into, I'm not going to talk. So I think that's like one of the first few steps I could tell you. And then as far as like activities go, I think it's a similar thing. You start small. You know what I mean? You find out what they might be into, where you intersect. Like, I don't like taking the bus. I got my own traumas with poverty, okay? My mom, she wants to live on a bus. So the compromise I made with her is I put a fucking air tag on the back of her head, and I push her
back
onto
of
her
her head?
I push her
On
onto
the
the
back
bus,
of her head?
and then
You put that shit on her chop. Were you even in a Muslim family, boy?
Hey, listen, right now, hijab. What, it got to be useful for something for me. No, but there's a reason why I started doing that shit, and this all happened last year when we traveled together, and we were like, okay, so I'm gonna show you guys, okay? Because you can't trust these people. You can't trust these old geezers, okay? You can't. London destination, weather room. Yeah, I was drinking alcohol right in front of her. He didn't know. She was like, "Ooh, what is that? Milkshake?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Hey, you know, that's how you maintain respect, okay?
Yeah, you lied. That's what your parents taught you.
That's it. That's
what they've been doing your whole life. They're trying to, you know.
But I'm doing it to protect her.
Yes, that's what she used to say to you too, bro. That's what they used to say to us.
Oh yeah, she needs some shoes. I forgot about this shit. I had her walking across London in some nasty ass crap. We were staying at Airbnb. There's one set of keys, so we was coordinating. Stupid off top, don't matter. This lady, one day, just gone.
She took off.
And I was already out. I told her I'm gonna be back by this time, which I kept to the time. She left before I came back. So I'm locked out.
No phone?
I have my phone. She got her phone, but she turned her phone off because she thinks that.
My dad does that all the fucking time.
So if you can see, on the left side, that's my AirTag. I'm on the left side with the card over here. She across the fucking city. This woman barely speaks English. I don't know how she getting around at first.
You don't know?
I didn't know at the time.
On a bus.
That's how I found out she liked buses so much. So I'm like, where is she? So I'm moving to catch up. This lady's on the south end. So then I'm like, I gotta take public transport. Obviously, I need to move.
She's gallivanting. Live your life, mama. Almost there.
Almost there. You can see me right here in the car, right?
Damn,
so we getting closer.
I don't know what kind of bus she took, but that shit moving.
So look how close I am, bro. I have my, okay, I was walking around like, so I'm running across. Yo, my forehead look crazy. Tell me how I'm sitting here.
And you see her on the bus? No. No. Is she on the bus? Is she on the bus? She passed in front of you.
That's so fucking funny.
Did she wave?
Like Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
I think that kind of wraps up that topic. I will be gone more often.
Okay, cool. All right. That was interesting. Candy, you still there? ¿Estás ahí todavía, Candy? ¿Estás ahí o no? Hey.
Yeah,
Are you
here.
Are you still watching, or are you doing other shit?
I was doing something else.
Opa.
Step away.
Wow. Yeah, I figured numbers would probably be a little lower tonight because I guess everyone's doing July 4th stuff. I really want to go. I really want to like go out and do, find like a MAGA rally to go to tomorrow. But there's like not a lot to choose from, and I don't know if I can go all the way to the Coliseum while I'm like taking care of Dad and everything in his recovery and shit. So I just don't know.
Yeah. I just leave it for another day.
Damn, this is such.
If I was you,
it's too bad. It's like such a good, 250th July 4th is like such a good opportunity for that. It's like it's a bit of a bummer.
yeah, but taking care of that. So
Yeah, true. Let's see. Any suggestions for what we should take a look at next, or we should watch?
did you watch Wickstream? I was asking you.
Oh, the one with Destiny. When I opened it, he had already left by the time I opened it.
Right.
Unfortunately. Was it really
I think
good?
he got
or-
I think he got doxxed twice because it came down. His stream went down twice.
Yikes.
I think he got doxxed.
Ooh, let's watch Beard Meets Food.
But I don't know why Wick doesn't. He has a kick, but he doesn't use kick.
He has a
uses
what?
Twitch and
He has a kick?
kick. He has a kick. Yeah, a kick account. But he
I
does
don't
his
know.
stream
I
on
guess Kick has like some like weird sort of like some weird shit that it pulls along with it sometimes. And so I think some creators like don't like to use it, I guess. I don't know. Because of like the
actually it's
gambling or
one of
whatever.
it doesn't. Yeah, but
But what?
I see what you mean. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for some people, like it's just not something they do very often. And plus, like he'd probably be starting from zero on Kick. I mean, he could probably pull like some audience. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe he should be. Who knows?
Yeah, because Kick actually pays better than YouTube.
I know. That's why we need to get me up to that.
But, you know what I
up to
mean?
that point. You know.
And YouTube, they all they got to do is mass report or something, and they take it down, and then you got to fight to get your shit back up.
Kick ain't like
Kick
that.
doesn't do that.
No, Kick doesn't do that shit.
They don't. Like YouTube will take your shit down if you say the F slur, even if it's joking around with your friends or stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kick doesn't do that. They don't.
No,
There's
Kick
a lot of
lets you
shit
get away with
with
just about anything.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. They let you get away with anything.
Which,
in a
like,
way, is
not so great, probably in some ways, but like, hey, for someone who likes to say retard a lot, like
a retard or
it doesn't. It certainly doesn't hurt. It's not like the worst thing for someone like me, who says retard, who likes to swear and yell at people and bring up people who have like, I like to debate people with some pretty crazy positions sometimes too, right? Like the COVID debates that I like to have, you couldn't really have on YouTube. I mean, you might be able to now, but like for a while you couldn't have those on YouTube.
Yeah,
like you just couldn't, right? Like they didn't let you. Like I got that strike at one point because of it.
And he has.
I finally got it wiped off, which was great, but like, yeah, not good.
And Wick has
not
Twitch,
good.
And Wick has also Twitch, which demonetizes you if you do political streams.
Twitch demonetizes you if you do political streams?
Hmm?
Twitch demonetizes you if you just by doing political streams?
Yes.
Okay, well that's pretty fucked.
Mm-hmm. I think it had to do with something Asmongold and Hassan did. I don't know what happened that from now, if you're a political streamer, you get demonetized by Twitch.
So how is Hassan even making his money now? Just through YouTube?
Donation.
Oh yeah.
Subscription.
Yeah, you just can't do the ads, I guess.
Yes. There you go. That's it.
Kick just added like ad options. I need to look at that because it's like for certain categories. Let me see. Advertising. The ads. Kick any. Oh, slots and casinos. That's it. No, just regular funds, casino infrastructure. So it's only slots and casinos. Well, I guess that doesn't do much for me, huh? I'm not trying to be part of that fucking crowd. That crowd is like not great. Not the best crowd. Yeah, so because I was interested in that. I was looking at that and I was like, oh, I wonder if there's like a category that I could be in that I could like make AdSense for or ad revenue for. And no, I'm not doing slots and casinos. That's not my jam. Were you distracted?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. Estoy oyendo.
Huh? Yeah. So that's kind of a bummer, but whatever. You know, that's how shit goes. I did some clips from that big argument that I got into the other day, like on my YouTube. I posted them on my YouTube and like my Instagram. They got a little bit of traction. I learned a couple things. I have a friend of mine who's done like a lot of YouTube management who's gonna like be helping me out with that probably. But you said you wanted to help me out with my social media stuff too, no?
Yeah, but basically it's having someone, because like, right, so like, for instance, if you're just gonna focus on content and
Yeah.
creating this and that and the other, you can have somebody just basically managing your social media, so that way that person is in charge of making sure that we're putting out, oh, stream is on now, instead of you having to do everything yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and well, also like someone who could maybe like clip shit, and I need like an editor, like
Right.
a good editor, because I hate
yeah.
I hate editing, and like I just don't have the focus for it. Although, like doing it with my clips was pretty cool. I have this AI program now called Opus Clip, I guess, that takes like good moments, like auto picks like good moments from my stream and turns them into clips. And I was using that plus like a little bit of editing of it to make those clips that I posted on my Insta. And I want to keep doing that, but I also need to keep having like good moments. So I want to have more debates.
Right.
Candy. So you know how you used to like invite people over to the channel and stuff for debates? Like keep doing that. And like yeah, if I'm live or even if I'm not live and like you are in like a good discussion with in either in Food Shop's place or in the Melting Pot or whatever, give me like a little nudge and let me know and be like, yo, I need you to like jump in here, right? Because I'm in here and talking to like these people, and I'll jump in.
I hear, yeah.
Because like I know you go deep in that shit, and I'm not always like, I'm pretty frequently like doing other shit when I'm not streaming, so I'm not always like paying attention to what's going on, you know. ¿Qué haces? ¿Me estás escuchando ahora? ¿Qué te pasa?
Yeah, I hear you.
Trying to have a
Yeah,
conversation with
yeah.
you, okay?
No. No, I know. I'm listening. I'm thinking. Yeah, you need someone that if you could use that clipper, like the more you use something,
Yeah.
the better you get out
The
of it.
clipper's good, and like I'm learning from someone else too on like how to like specifically edit clips in like a better way, and that's useful. But also like like you have sort of gotten into like certain groups that you're spending more time in, with people like Darius and like Food Shops and all of that, and I want to jump in when you're doing that too.
Yeah, if I'm gonna bring people, I want to bring the right people.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
bring the right
people
people over too, and like
están jodiendo aquí.
and like once you're like getting used to like being in with some of those people, right? And those people like get to know you, like Darius or Food Shops or whatever the fuck, and the more that you talk to them, right, you can also like drop my name a little bit here and there,
Did I see somebody?
What?
It's quick stream right now.
¿Qué pasa?
What is the Wick streaming?
¿Qué estás diciendo? You're saying Wick is streaming right now?
I thought I seen something.
I thought, put it there.
Pretty much.
Does Darius just like sit there in the Discord all day with his shit deafened and muted? Because like I always see him in there.
Oh, sometimes he's not muted, and it's weird. Like he'll be in the Discord, right, and then he'll be chatting in the gen chat.
Huh.
Instead of talking in the voice chat. Like, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Why does he just always sit in there?
I don't know.
I mean, like, I would be sad if my first break into the like wider streamer community was through Darius because he's kind of a freak. But like, also, hey, you know, like if it gets me there, it gets me there, right?
Yeah.
I wanna like, you know, I would love to like be somebody one day that like Destiny was for Darius, where like Darius would come in freaking out about his relationship stuff, and then I could just be like, give him fucking advice and shit. Here's my fucking problem. Like, I can give really good relationship advice and everything, but when it comes to, I guess, taking it and being that myself, I fucking suck at it. I feel like I have half Candy here, and she's doing something else right now.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Because, like, I'll say something, and then I just get air, just dead air. Like, what are you doing? What are you looking at? Huh?
Wick.
Oh, the Wick panel? Who is it? What's the panel? I can barely hear you.
I'm trying to figure. He did have a stream earlier today. I don't know exactly what it's about.
Okay.
It's called Rick's Totally Inched, Very Normal, Super Calm. Colin. Never mind. He was taking Colin.
It's what he's taking call-ins?
He was.
Oh, he was.
Mm-hmm.
On what topic did you say?
No, just regular topic. Like, it wasn't anything.
Okay. Fun. Interesting. Very cool. Cool. Very cool. How good? How fun?
Yeah.
Can we get into some shit? Let's be interesting.
Like what?
Cualquier cosa. What has been going on that you think is interesting to talk about? I feel like chat is dead
that
quiet.
Whole Wick panel, the one before that, they actually, I don't even see that video in his thing because they took it down. I think because they got it went down twice. The stream.
Oh jeez.
But that stream was good. So he was talking at one point to Jay Stalker, and
Debate topic: is Mitch McConnell alive? That is a very good question. What do you think? Do you think Mitch McConnell is alive, or is he dead and they're hiding it from us all?
I think he's at these. I don't think he's gonna last very long.
I don't think he's gonna last very long.
If he's still alive,
I do think he's probably still alive, unless they're just trying to like keep him out of it until like November and like the Senate elections or whatever, and then like I don't know.
The midterms.
But it's been weirdly quiet. Weirdly quiet. and we don't know anything that's going on. We have no clue. Trying to prevent special elections by Bashir. Oh, yeah. Bro, that would be, if that ended up coming out, that would be a crazy scandal. That would be a crazy scandal, dude. Crazy. It makes one wonder.
How do we find out if they're hiding it?
I wonder.
We
I
need
do wonder.
somebody.
We
We
all
need
wonder
somebody
because
on the
none of us
inside.
have heard anything. No one's heard anything. All we know is he went to the hospital and nobody knows what else happened.
He was getting worse, right? Because over time, he was right. He was, um, he would lose like where he was at and stuff,
Nice.
and it got to the point where he was getting wheeled in
Top gay pride
wheelchairs. He wasn't
streamers
even
on Kick, and I
talking.
found this is the top hit. Hi everyone. Nice. That's funny because I do have like a pride version of my logo in there. Welcome, Neurospice.
Search top gay and found this as the topic. Oh my god.
We know medics found someone at his residence unconscious and they performed CPR. Oh. We're always of the culture. We're very accepting people here. For the most part.
You mean for the most part?
Some people piss us off, but, you know. The game I'm playing is very gay. How is Oxygen Not Included gay or straight? It feels very ambivalent. I don't think it's one way or another particularly.
I think they're saying that they approve of the game you're playing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like I just don't think it's like
Take the win, Jordan. Take the win.
Take a win? Okay.
They approve. Take the win.
I want to debate everything. What do you want? I'm a debater
They
at heart.
approve.
That's how I work.
So
That's my modus operandi. Right? My base operative level to debate people. Erotic asphyxiation. It's in the title. Oxygen not included. That's kind of funny. Isn't the thing autoerotic asphyxiation though? It does remind me though. I do want to keep building too. In the title, that's myself. How? Oxygen not included. Erotic asphyxiation. It's in the title. Let yourself else get this sad. Autoerotic. You're doing to yourself. Okay. Oh, yeah. Autoerotic means you're doing it to yourself. So basically, erotic asphyxiation would just be if you're doing it to somebody else. Sexy and breathless. Hey, that's me. What can I say? But I have been working out more, so raising that stamina. Not that gay. Hold on, buddy. It's okay. You be as gay as you want to, man. Nobody here is going to judge you. That it? We done? Oh. Oh boy, here we go. What would make it top notch, Neurospice? Lay it on me. Banger memes always win. It got AI modded, but that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
A shout out to NordVPN, the best private VPN currently available to consumers at a competitive low price and unbeatable speeds, now with global Netflix access. Or like a ground news promo. That's another good one. Another good pump.
Okay, me voy a dormir.
No, bueno. Leave me up. Get your check in the
It's
mail.
time to-
Nice. That comes with my massage check. Digo, déjame abierto, ¿no?
What?
Leave my window open.
Oh, yeah. I
Gracias.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Let's keep an eye out for me this weekend, like when you're in those groups.
All day.
Perfecto.
Yep.
Oh, you're leaving? Or are you saying bye to her? Oh, you're leaving? Oh, you were fun, dude. Well, if you want to give me a follow and come back anytime, you're welcome to. Oh, to her. Cool. All right. I don't like how as you get older, you realize that historic events weren't actually that long ago. Yeah. That can be pretty queer. I think the thing that really makes you feel like you're getting older is having to shave off all your fucking hair. That's the thing that really does it for you, Barcode. It's ass hutch. The hair thinning doesn't feel bad in the past 2 years. Scarecrow. Like the Batman dog? My hair thinned out real bad in the past 2 years. Dude, just go for it. Take the fucking plunge. Take the fucking plunge. Okay. Well, once it starts fully going, just take that plunge. Take to get to the top of your fan leaderboard. Oh, Scarecrow. Oh, produced by Scarecrow. Well, 17 gifted subs. So if a sub is a lick, 17. I did get the smart battery. If I was only lucky enough. Hey! Using the Gauze of the Hut name. What I don't like is paying $50 for a haircut. Yeah, that's the nice thing about being bald. Is you pay you pay for the fucking shaver, but that's it. This guy. This guy. One of these. One of those guys. Oh. There's a new DLC as new parts that I have not seen yet. Read these soon. Neurospice, where are you from? What do you do? What's your deal? currently under a war-torn cement lean-to in Palestine, desperately searching for queer street. That's fucking hilarious. Insensitive? I mean, your English is very good for being a Palestinian, is all I'm saying. 0.03 American cents. What is that? What is that in what? Does Palestine just use shekels? What currency is used in Palestine? Yeah, it's the shekel. 'Tis the shekel. 0.03 cents. That's good. Yeah, that's a good exchange rate. That's a winner. That's a winner. Neurospice, you're fun, dude. You should come back. You are spicy. You're neurologically spicy. When it's equal to 9 days of rent in my lean-to. You got to budget better. It's problematic. You're spending too much money on avocado toast and frappuccinos. Oh, I get to eat a video. Really wants to know how you're celebrating July 4th. That is a good question. Terror plots mostly. Nice. Based. I need to up the comfort around y'all. Make like actual fucking bathrooms. Give me something to do between murdering for food. Well, you gotta vary your hobbies. You know? You don't just want to do the same thing all day, every day. Variety is important. Jew thigh has been on the menu this week mostly. You know, we do have very delicious thighs. But it depends on, like, you know, what kind of Jew. If you get lucky, you'll get a little bit of Jew gold in there with it, too. You'll find, like, the pouch up in there somewhere. But we won't tell you where. You gotta find it yourself. It's like a treasure hunt. I don't know exactly what the prospect of prospecting. Hidden when they cross the border. Yep. Listen. We figured out how to handle that for a very long time, okay? How do you think we got all our gold out of Germany? There's probably way too many lavatories, but I'm future-proofing, okay? So fuck off. Suspicious means indeed. What means would there be other than suspicious? The only consequences means savory, delicious. Only if you season it properly. Gotta get that MSG in there, right? Give it that extra umami. That's what you're looking for. Cratered. Have you ever seen the fireplace the morning after American Christmas? No. I didn't do Christmas growing up. I'm Jewish. Discussing odd looking Zestfest, soy homosexual freak alien creature of a human. That's very creative. Chilling. Also, thanks for the follow. User 248428. Dude, where did my shit go up? How are you all ending up here? Where am I getting featured? I want to thank them. Like, legitimately, how are you all? I want to slap my big one. I mean, why dick? Your bald head. Grandpa, wish for you happy Christmas. As I stick my little toe inside your ear canal, smear my nut on your mouth. This is very creative. Sweet butter. Listen. I eat my peanuts all stream. Shake square over here. JK, have a good night. Dude, hang out. Sexy Johnny Sins grandpa. Huh. Hang out with my thing out, bro. Well, I'm trying not to get, you know. Oh, you're talking to him. Because he just talked about having this thing out. Oh. He followed and then unfollowed. I didn't even have like followers only. You didn't even have to do that, bro. Rude. That was ruder than the shit that you said. So it's the same thing. I just stayed to trust the algorithm. Fair. I don't know, Neurospice. You seem like a fun vibe. What kind of shit do you usually watch? I'm assuming it's not Aura donating. Fair. Can always use a little extra Aura. Booga booga, you're cooler now. Hey! I'll take it. Some baggy jeans and a vape. I mean, I've already got a vape. Baggy jeans. I haven't worn those since like the 2000s, if I'm going to date myself a little bit. I am an old fuck. Oh no, starvation. Uh-oh. Let's make more food. Don't look a day over 40. How sweet, 35. Hey, I'm old as heart and in mind. Can't even speak. Well, how old are you, Neurospice? Hey, thank you. I hear someone playing the fucking drums outside right now. Someone playing the fucking drums. Hell yeah. Look at us fucking millennials supporting each other. I appreciate you. What kind of content are you usually watching? I do a lot of like politics, debate, a lot of random shit too. Hardcore. Yeah, you don't really want to see that with me. That'd just scare away all of my followers and I'd get fucking banned. Oh god. The fucking Discord. I'm a foreign Trump voter, 3-timer. Voted for me 3 times. As in, you are no longer a Trump supporter? We do welcome all types here. So, you know, don't be afraid to be honest. Oof, good. Saved the starvation. But 4 months ago, I realized I was simply into hardcore transgay porn. Started to think clearly again. I don't need to be Republican to find cold hard cock anymore. It was everywhere. So now I'm voting with my heart and filling all holes from both sides equally. Neurospice, you are going to fit very well in my chat if you keep hanging around. That's fucking funny. We get a lot of trolls up in here. Or people being trolly. And those are just my regular viewers. Yeah, fair. Fair point. I tend to be somewhat moderate to slightly right-leaning when it comes to economics. Generally left-leaning when it comes to social issues. But there are some things that are too far for me about, like, the progressives. What do I want to build next? Yeah. It's a really gay opinion. Well, dude, you want some gay fucking opinions, you'll find them right here. I've got the gayest. Real men are socialists. Go fight. Someone should have told me that. I wasn't aware. Should play a real game. Well, like what? I'm excited for this recommendation. Subway Surfers are Bejeweled. Thank you. Top quality recommendation. I am very glad that you were here to give it to me. Way more engaging, certainly. Do one of these. These are good too. Like, genuinely, though, what kind of games do you play, Neurospice? Play games with my heart. I know some people like that. Looking for scrap food and sellable garbage, but also super glad I get to watch you play. Well, hey. Again, like I said, you gotta vary. You gotta vary your hobbies, man. Can't get stuck into one thing. One day you're rummaging for scrap food and sellable garbage. On another day, you gotta watch the streams. Stay up to date with what other people are getting the fuck up to. Gets to the way of it. Missiles be a huge fan. Gets to the way of my hobby ambitions. Well, that's why you gotta build a bunker, dude. Get yourself like a good bunker with like a fiber optic connection or Starlink. 35. Damn, Mark. Where's Daniel? Fuck. Daniel should be here for this. He'd be jumping all over this. Can that get you like a Frappuccino in Palestine? Fuck is a Frappuccino? I don't speak English. Fair. Fair. It's basically frozen diabetes in coffee. Jesus. Oh shit. Around my neighborhood especially. But yes. What brand? Street. Like right off the pavement. Like you just get like a thing of pita and just. Ground a-hole can't eat underground hummus. Well, now you're just not thinking creatively. Yeah. Special hummus tunnels, like a wine cellar. It ages the hummus, okay? Well, fair. The IDF took all the hummus when they blew up the tunnels. So what? Why does that look fucked up in my browser? Maybe I'm retarded. I don't know what that means. I mean, I am retarded. But we already knew this. The food situation is not good. Nope, I'm retarded. Okay, yep. I do love this game, but sometimes it's a lot of fucking waiting. I fucking knew it was you. I fucking had suspicions the whole time. When you order food, but you get a fuck you instead. Fair. That's like half the time. In St. Louis. Montgomery, Alabama. Sure. To Montgomery, Alabama? No. I've driven through Alabama, and that's it. On the way to New Orleans. It's a wonderful vacation destination. This is very small little town. Where do you go? Family brothels out of town. They're like resorts. In true Alabama style. Family owned, family run. For several generations. Witness synergy until you've been. Well, it's a natural synergy, right? It's genetic. Oh, fuck. It's the kind of thing you're born with. It doesn't just happen. No, he cannot. Bots don't have that kind of precision. He is pumping out a whole family, though, so who knows after a couple generations. Maybe his grandkids, his grandchildren. All right, I'm probably going to be like wrapping up in around like 15 minutes. Gotta stop breeding or he's going to go broke. True. He's going to like have an entire population of like a city and he'll go from a trillionaire to completely broke. But yeah, I'll probably wrap up in about 15 minutes. So if there's anything anybody wants to get in and talk about real quick, Neurospice, feel free to keep doing what you're doing. Okay, I need to do something about this carbon dioxide. Hey, I'm happy for you. I'm glad I could provide that. What's the point of coming for gay shit if you can't come? Oh, now I get to use my soundboard.
I'm gonna come.
Yeah, this one is too.
Why don't you go over and suck their dicks if you like them so much?
It's one of my favorites. Well, you know, I vary my diet, so. You want like a little bit of spice on there, you know, just want it to be bland. Need to produce more food. It was an Asian peeper explaining technology. Don't we all? To output carbon dioxide. I don't think so. Move this over here. I think I've seen this. I'm on Twitch and YouTube though. I don't know if I can play it. Fuck it.
And make sure all the school teaching the children how to be a homosexual and make sure they all teach about the transgender. So that is what important to me. And make sure.
Fucking classic. Oh my god.
$250 young. Howdy, America. And to a lot of people, that may seem like a long time to be a country, but it's really not. But I tell you what, it's definitely not too long to be. It's not too long to be an idea, which is what America is. A land that has never been yet. And that yet that we're seeking and chasing, that's the whole thing. It's a place we're never going to arrive at. And that's not failure because we won't.
Okay, this
That's
does
by
sound
design.
kind of fucking stupid though.
And think about it, we didn't start this country on any kind of proof. We started it on a belief that was worth fighting for, a wager that was worth betting on.
Where are you going with this, bud?
An act of faith that a self-governing people could be something worth being and becoming. And here we are 250 years later. The bet's still on the table, folks. We have not cashed in, and let's hope we never cash in. We need skeptics, yes we do. We do not need cynics. One cares enough to question, which we should, and the other one's already quit. We don't need you. So here we are celebrating 250 years of independence.
Hell yeah.
We look around. What have we built?
America.
What have we restored? What is still standing? What has fallen by the wayside? What's gone forever? In the best of us, I see 250 years of showing up at least. Arguing, loving, losing, forgiving, starting over, believing in who we are and what we can be. That's the yet we're chasing. So here we are today, lighting the fire, breaking the bread, raising a glass to our family and friends, and maybe even to the neighbor that we don't agree with.
Oh, God.
Today, we're going to let the kids run barefoot after dark, baby.
This is a little cringe.
That's the celebration. Not that we've arrived anywhere, but to the fact that we are still on our way. Take inventory with the one in the mirror and together. Here's to more dancing in the home of the brave. Happy 250th, America. Just keep living.
I smell cologne in that video. That was something. I mean, like, fuck yeah, happy 250th America, but it did feel... I don't know why. It's just because it's Matthew McConaughey. It just felt like... It's just the slightest bit cringe to me. Smell of a young virgin Lincoln. Well, he was driving a Lincoln before it was cool to drive a Lincoln. Long before it was cool to drive a Lincoln. Was old enough to get driven. Cashing in the bet meme for America. Did I zone out? Did he say that? What's cashing in the bet mean for America? So the bet's still on the table and he hopes we never cash out. I don't know. I don't know. It means take up arms and demolish capitalism. Yes, comrade. Comrade. Make sure you wear that tanky hat along the way. Ow. Refrigerator. We got to move. Who the fuck are you? Clearly you're a binary individual granted by the name. He's barcode. And don't assume his gender. It's very not PC of you, okay?
Better watch your microaggressions, bro.
Gender dynamic. Discriminate UPC times. Look, as long as we learn, okay? As long as we learn and move forward. That's what matters. Look, I should turn the sound on. Very quiet. Even though my voice is beautiful and sexy, it shouldn't be the only thing we're hearing right now. Yeah, it's a little ambiance there. I need to get all carbon dioxide out of here. Do I yet have the airflow tile? I do. Let's replace these. Coming out from the new Rob Schneider Netflix special. He's the only Jew we should keep. It will drop soon via USB carrier. John. Speaking of Jews related to Rob Schneider, I guess Adam Sandler officiated the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce wedding. Not that I really fucking care about it. It seemed interesting when I saw that name pop up as the officiant from my fucking news app. Nico, what are you doing? You want some peanuts? You care? I'm glad. I think that's like, I love that for you, Neurospice. I think that works for you. Yeah, that's right. I can get rid of these now. Because I have one of these puppers. .13 in my previous 87 cents to her wedding. Wow, that's so generous. It's like 15% of your net worth. Really? Like what? Song 12 of hers, where she shouted out Free Palestine and helped it. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, I need to refine metal. Fuck. Where can I do this? Over here. I don't want it to get too hot. There we go. Copper, 38.5 tons. Well, once you got Taylor Swift on your side, you're in good shape, you know? So I'm glad you guys had that for yourselves. That's important. Do you guys have like a special song or day or holiday or something over there for her? Like a T Swift day in Palestine? Mostly pork day. Fair. That's probably like the only time you guys get to eat pork anyway. Oh, it's day when you don't eat pork. You know, Muslims don't eat pork either, right? You do know that, right? It's not just a Jewish thing. Almost done. Good. Actually, you should probably put it up here. Oh, come on, bro. out the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Okay. Next upgrade. Not quite sure what it's going to be. Alright, not too much else going on. Any suggestions from chat before we close it up for the night? There's about 20 minutes left in like my usual stream time. I might just go all the way through the end, actually. It's almost America's birthday. Which game? This game? It's a dope game. I'm sorry I'm not playing Bejeweled. I understand it's top quality gaming. I should play Quick Direct. Oh, I can just do that here. Sick. All right. Well, not too much going on. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream for now. I might stream this weekend. Might see you guys on Monday. I'm trying to see if I can go to like some sort of MAGA gathering tomorrow. I would like to very much and do like some on the street interviews and like shit like that because that'll be fun and funny and shit. But yeah, dude, Neurospice, thanks for hanging out. Good to see you.